Shot blocked in front, Salak looking for the goal. Yuri Pastuka ties it! 2-2 as Yuri Pastuka. The giveaway. Florida has it. Corner score! Alonson standing beside Erickson. He's pumping the crowd up. Left wrist. It's getting ready to go down. They have it back behind the net. On the attack here, inside the line, Lathan. Four shot, hit wide, and a rebound. He couldn't get the far play. What a save made there. LaBelle powers his way up the left wing. Top of the near side circle, fires one. They score! Roman Kramer across. The shot in front, he scores! Roman Kramer wins the game in overtime. 4-3 the final. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Monroe Civic Center. Kendall Grayson with you as always. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey. We thank you for tuning in here on this Friday night, and we thank you for joining us for this pregame show. We have an 8:05 Eastern start time coming up later on this evening, and we thank you for tuning in. Here's what it looks like around the league schedule for this Friday night. And it'll be Port Huron on the road to play Topeka. That's at 7:05 Central. So we have our 8:05 Eastern start time. Athens on the road at Baton Rouge, also at 8:05. Our game, of course, on the way. Then Danbury will play a road game against Indiana this evening at 7:30. Binghamton on the road to play Watertown, also at 7:30. PD on the road as Columbus will host them tonight. We'll have an updated look at the standings, and here's what we have for you with the Thunderbirds in 5th place, 46 points, right behind PD with 48. And so we will be scoreboard watching, and also the Thunderbirds will look to take care of business here first and find 3 points in the standings. That's what you can come up with a regulation victory. And so there's 6 points available for the Thunderbirds here this weekend with 2 back-to-back road games against Monroe. We're finally back home again next weekend, and we'll talk about those games against Watertown. But it's the Rock Lobsters leading the way on the Continental Division side of things. On the Empire Division side of things, the Binghamton Black Bears have clinched a playoff spot, the first team to do so in the FPHL this season with 100 points. Port Huron in 2nd, Topeka in 3rd. And then on the Empire, it goes Bobcats in 4th, Hat-Tricks in 5th, Watertown in 6th, Indiana in 7th. The opponent for the Thunderbirds this weekend, the Monroe Moccasins, 83 points, right behind Athens. And so Monroe, of course, with points and wins, they could then jump back to the first place positioning in the Continental Division standings. They're on a bit of a slide after dropping the last 4. The Thunderbirds, of course, dropped the first 2 of the weekend last weekend against PD before bouncing back on Sunday with a nice win the last time they were on the ice there at the Florence Center. We're at the Monroe Civic Center tonight, and glad that you're tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, and on WTOB Radio, as always, here during the pregame show. And so you hear the horn on the other side as they are continuing to file in here at the Monroe Center on this Friday night. We'll have a look at the leaders on each side. Gus Ford with 58 points, Zach White with 43. Zach White will not be in the lineup this weekend, just like last weekend. Unfortunately, he could not go for this 2-game series here on the road, still dealing with an injury. Josh LaBelle with 35 points. And then Boris Babick and Chad Purdy. We'll see which goaltender gets the call tonight. Purdy got his first win back on Sunday, improving his save percentage to .947 after the game on Saturday when he came in relief of Babick. Babick looking to improve on his .912 save percentage. The starter on the other side is Tyler Masternock, and he has a .919 save percentage. Austin Albrecht leads the way with 70 points for the Moccasins. Yanni Liarakos has 54, Jared Christie with 53. So those are the leaders on each side. The home games in the month of February, we only have 2 of them. And so as the month will be winding down, the home games coming up next weekend, Watertown at 7:05 on Friday. And once again, it's Watertown at 6:05 on Saturday. You can get your tickets right now at TwinCityThunderbirds.com. All right, the warm-up is just now completed, and so they will bring, of course, the Zamboni back out, and we will continue with our pregame show. But we'll take our first break of our pregame show and then come back to continue to talk about this matchup here on the road. The Thunderbirds behind enemy lines, looking to win a road game for the 7th time this season, looking to win overall for the 17th time, and it would be win 17 on home ice for the Monroe Moccasins if they get the job done tonight. Thunderbirds 5th place in the division and 11th in the overall league standings. All right, so we will step aside, and then we'll come back for the broadcast for tonight's game. So this will go to our pregame show break. We thank you for tuning in. This is Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on-site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
When you compete at your best, you need a team that keeps you moving. At Yadkin Physical Therapy, we're proud to be the official physical therapy provider of the Twin City Thunderbirds. From the first evaluation to hands-on treatment, we focus on what matters, reducing pain, restoring mobility, and building confidence. Because performance isn't just about recovering, it's about training smarter, strength, stability, balance, and control. Our therapists tailor every plan to each individual so you can return to the ice, the gym, or the job feeling stronger. The same level of care we provide the Thunderbirds is here for our whole community. Students, weekend warriors, and families helping you stay healthy and perform at your best. Yadkin Physical Therapy in Yadkinville. Call 336-677-1800 or email ypt@yadkinphysicaltherapy.com. Kendall Grayson here with head coach Steve Harrison for our weekend preview. Coach, we've got 2 games here on the road coming up against the Monroe Moccasins. It's an opponent that you're not going to see much of this season, just these 2 games here. I know we'll talk about our team as well, but, what do you know about them? Obviously, they're having a pretty good year.
Yeah, I mean, I think they won, I'm not sure, about 14 or 15 in a row, and they're rolling. They're pretty good there. So they got a good team. They got a veteran team. It's going to be a little like against PD. They're very, very explosive. They're very run and gun type of team, and they want to push the puck up as much as possible. And we're going to have to, when we get our opportunities, we're going to have to hopefully put it in the net and play away from the puck, a little like our system and a little like our identity we've talked about from the start. If we do that, then we're going to give ourselves a chance, and that's how we have to go about it. We have to play like we did on Sunday. If we play like that on Sunday, we're going to give ourselves an opportunity, and that's what we have to look for. And, everybody has to do their job, and I'm excited about People always say, you like to play the last place team and win big. I don't like playing those games, and I love playing the teams that are up at the top, because that's how you evaluate your team. And I think that the guys enjoy it too, so I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks very much.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
And welcome back to our pregame show here on YouTube, Facebook, and WTOB. Kendall Grayson with you as always. And thank you as always, everyone, for making Twin City Thunderbirds hockey part of your evening. One note on the video side of things, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you'll see that it looks a little bit different. And unfortunately, the video feed for the designated away broadcaster, we had some issues with that tonight. The technical staff here worked on it before the game. We just couldn't overcome those problems. And so on the video side of things, it's going to look a little bit different, as we will be using the home team's feed in terms of the visuals. You'll still hear me, and you'll still see our scorebook at the top, but it will look a little different. We're going to work on that during the first intermission break. But right now, that's going to be our solution for bringing you video on that side of things here during the game tonight. And so, again, we apologize for that. But hopefully once we get running, everything will be okay. You will get a feed. It's just going to be one that's produced by the home team. And then I'll be adding the graphics and doing everything like that I normally do also in addition to that. And so we'll have another look here at the leaders on each side. Again, Gus Ford with 58 points. Zach White will not be in the lineup with 43. Josh LaBelle right behind with 35. And then on the other side, Austin Albrecht with a 70-point season here already. Yanni Larakos with 54. And for Leah Rakos, again, that's 20 goals and 34 assists. Jared Christie with 23 and 30, 23 goals and 30 assists. I mentioned earlier the out-of-town scoreboard report, and we do have some games that are in progress. And so there's no score with Binghamton on the road and Watertown. No score with Danbury on the road to play Indiana. And then also no score with Petey and Columbus. We've got a trio of games coming up at 8:05 Eastern. Again, we're in Central Time here for these games here on the weekend. And so we're coming up on 7 o'clock here. So it's a 7:05 local start time as it's advertised. But in the Eastern Time Zone at 8:05, Port Huron at Topeka, Athens on the road at Baton Rouge. And then we have our game as well. And so that's what it looks like on the out-of-town scoreboard report for this evening. We remind you to visit the Flock Shop before each and every game, also having store hours during the week. And the NASCAR merchandise from the NASCAR night is still available. More information will be released very soon on the rescheduled NASCAR night date. And so that'll be coming up in March. But we'll have more information for you very soon on that. But again, you can visit the Flock Shop for all your merchandise needs here during the season. And so again, we will go back to the main video feed here, which I said is going to look a little bit different, as they will have their pregame show running. And so we'll jump out of that. And so we'll bring you this audio-only look for now. But we will have video for you later on tonight, but just having to make some changes here on our end as they're looking to work through the technical issue for the visiting feed video feed here. Every arena runs theirs a little bit differently, and so they're going to work on that as the night progresses, and hopefully everything stays up and afloat for you. But so far, so good, at least on the audio side of things, and thank everyone for tuning in. So here's what the updated roster looks like for the Thunderbirds right now at the forward position. Not all these players will be in the lineup tonight, but on the roster is Jacob Schnapp, Gus Ford, John Butita, Jan Salak, Roman Kramer, Corey Cunningham, the former Moccasin. And so it'll be a nice homecoming of sorts for him, at least for these hometown fans. They're going to look forward to seeing him tonight. Very popular player when he was here, but he's certainly looking to get the job done on the road for the Thunderbirds, no doubt about it. And we'll see if he can add to his 7 goals on the season. That's 53 in his career. Zach White at forward. He is not in the lineup tonight. Nate Keeley, Yuri Pastuka, and Michael Mania. Mania is on IR and will not be in the lineup on the weekend. On defense, it's Cade Hanley, Connor Craig, Matt Garcia, Josh LaBelle, James Farmer, Caleb Melanson, Troy Harwell, Dion Demke, Igor Ramanow. Melanson is not dressed tonight, and so he will not play in tonight's game, but he's still being rostered by the Thunderbirds as of this week. Just one more game left on the weekend tomorrow, but he is not going to play for tonight's game. And then we'll see if it will be Boris Babick or Chad Purdy, the goaltender that the Thunderbirds go with. And also on the other side, the thought it would be Tyler Masternock, but we'll see. He's dropped his last 4. He's given up 13 goals in his last 4. And he's also had some time in relief. Nolan Egbert is his backup goaltender, at least in terms of games played. So we'll see what netminder we have between these two teams. But the Moccasins have been very good early in hockey games in the first period. Their record is 17-6 when scoring first. And also very good when scored on first at 11-3-1. Thunderbirds, as I mentioned earlier, will be looking for their 17th victory of the season. They're 30 for 155 on the power play for the specialty teams. That's 19.4%. On the penalty kill, 104 for 145, and that's 71.7%. The Monroe specialty teams, 23.7% on the power play. That's 32 of 135. So they'll be looking for their 33rd power play goal in tonight's game. And the penalty kill at 174 for 201, which is 86.6%. The Thunderbirds, their last game was a 3-2 win behind enemy lines and a critical series with the PD Ice Cats last weekend, the 3-2 final. There was no score back in the first period on Sunday. The Thunderbirds able to use those specialty teams to their advantage in the second period. So it was a Gus Ford power play goal, a Jan Salak shorthanded goal, and that made it 2-0 on Sunday on the road. The PD Ice Cats answered, though, with a goal in the third period at 8:18, and then what a scoring play from Jacob Schnapp. That ended up being the game-winning goal as it made it 3-1, 13:53 the time of the scoring play there in the third period. Roman Kramer and Gus Ford able to get an assist on it. PD got one last goal in the game with an extra attacker goal that was scored, 6-on-5 at the end, but it did not make enough of a difference, and at the end of the day, it was Chad Purdy to collect his first win as a professional. So congratulations to him. We had him on our special video segments throughout the week. He was the guest on the Cup of Joe segment that, of course, we will hear tonight during the first intermission break, and you can watch that in full on Sunday, and then also the Coach Harry Show. So we'll have a listen to that during the second intermission break. Coach Harry Show in full can be found online on Thursdays. And there will be a Dave & Buster's next week, so come out and see us, 7 o'clock on Tuesday night. The coaches are making their way to the bench now. We're just awaiting the entrance of the teams and the officials, and then, of course, we will have the national anthem presented on our broadcast by American Elevator Company, and then we'll have the call for the Pine Tree Tavern first period, the Geico of Winston-Salem starting lineup. And so again, on the video side of things, we are having to use the home feed, and so they are in their pregame show now, as we are. And so we will leave it like that for now, but then we're going to pull back and borrow their video feed for the game. And so if all goes to plan here, as we've had to scramble before the game, unfortunately, with some technical issues on the video side of things, if all goes to plan, you'll be able to certainly see the feed It will just look a little bit different, but there will be a feed here. We're just waiting until the pregame show winds down on the other side. Otherwise, you'll be seeing their advertisements and things like that. And so you may see those pop up at some point during the game, but we'll be running our commercials just like we always do. And so, again, bear with us on this Friday night. The officials will hit the ice now as the crowd continues to file into the Monroe Civic Center. It was a 7:05 advertised start. And we obviously will not make that, but hopefully just a few more minutes. They have less than 2 minutes counting down on the board here in the building. So we will wait and see the entrance of the teams. We'll see which goaltender leads out the Thunderbirds. They will be in their white sweaters. It's the maroon color, burgundy, wine, whatever you'd like to call that shade that the Moccasins will have on. They have some gold trim in the sweaters as well. Thunderbirds will be in their white sweaters, though, this evening. And I believe they'll be protecting the zone to my right in the first period, the Pine Tree Tavern first period. So here they come, led out by Boris Babik. So that'll answer that question. Babik will be the netminder for the Thunderbirds. Babik will look to win a game for the 13th time this season, and if he can win tonight's game, he would get closer to 50 in his FPHL career. He has 46 wins, so that would bring him to 47 if he could win tonight. And so he leads out the visitors here on this Friday night. Twin City made the long trip overnight, got in today. Got a bit of rest as we'll look to start the weekend off on the right foot. Unfortunately, unable to do that the previous weekend with the loss on the road to PD. And so I think the Thunderbirds and certainly head coach Steve Harrison will look for a better start coming out on a Friday night than what we had last week. But again, their last game was a good effort behind enemy lines, enough to win against the Ice Caps. Final there was 3-2. And it looks like the Geico Winston-Salem starting lineup as they're out there now. Now they'll shut the lights out. They have glow sticks around the arena, so the fans are feverishly waving those. And again, we will join the pregame festivities when we can. They've started up the intro video, so they're running that. And then we'll switch over to the home video feed on YouTube and Facebook. Boris Babik's out to the blue line now. And everyone else joins him there. So just waiting on the entrance now, the Moccasins. Thunderbirds were a perfect 5-0 last season in the head-to-head matchups against Monroe. The Moccasins having a little bit of a different season. They were able to put together 18 consecutive wins earlier this season. Now, they've dropped 4 in a row, but certainly a very talented hockey team, and they will look to jump back and put some points on the board. Thunderbirds looking to do the same tonight. So again, thanks for tuning in. We'll keep you updated on the scores from around the league as Binghamton has gone up 2-0 on Watertown, and Danbury with a tie game with Indiana at 1-1. They have a on-ice projection that's running now. And that is similar to the one that we saw from the PD Ice Cats last weekend. So they're running that now as the pregame festivities continue here. All right, and so now they will hit the ice. Announcing the starters now for the Moccasins as they look to win a home game for the 17th time this season, protecting home ice against the Thunderbirds. Twin City trying to win on the road for the 7th time this year, and this is the first meeting between these two teams. There will only be 2 in the regular season, As I mentioned, there were 5 last year, but this year only 2 meetings. And the second and final meeting will be right back here, same time tomorrow night. As they continue to announce the starters, we will hear the goaltending matchup. And it's confirmed it'll be Tyler Masternock. So it's Masternock against Boris Babick in net. And that's our goaltending matchup for this evening. Thanks everyone for tuning in. As we will join the pregame festivities, American Elevator Company will present our nation's colors of the national anthem tonight.
Tonight we have the JROTC request Washington representing the colors, and please turn your attention to section 117. Tonight's national anthem is being performed by Heather Simmons.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and a rocket the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the
All right, and so with that, we are nearly ready to go on this Friday night. We wait for the colors to leave as they have those presented outside of section 217. And now ready to go. Geico of Winston-Salem starting lineup: Roman Kramer, Gus Ford, and John Butita. That will be the forward lineup there for the game's beginning. Those 3 players will play together on the same line. And then on defense, Josh LaBelle and Connor Craig. They will start the game. Boris Babick to our right as we are almost ready to go. So we will line everything up on the video side of things. So again, the presentation will look a little bit different right now, at least here in the opening period, as they're going to work on some technical gremlins in the building as we are receiving the home team video feed. So making that work for you tonight, but we thank them for being able to help us out there. All right. And nearly ready to go here for the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy it. We'll keep you updated on the scores from around the league tonight. Well, tonight's game is underway. Thunderbirds moving right to left, wearing the white sweaters. They'll cross onside and drop it into the far side corner. Back behind the net of Tyler Masternock. Masternock, the goaltender for the Moccasins. Out to center now, towards center, and they'll carry it ahead. It's Jerry Christie. Christie drops it aside. They look to shoot it quickly. Good stick defensively there from Craig and Butita. And eventually they'll work their way along to Ford. Ford moves it down the rink. Collected and back behind the goal as they'll swing into the near side. Moccasins holding on to it. They advance out through center. At least they try to move it from there. Pastuca played it, and he was given a rough ride in the check from the neutral zone. Played ahead. As Farmer watched it, and it was Pastuca to play it down the rink, and this is going to go for icing as we have a quick stoppage in tonight's game. So 19:03 left to go in period number 1. Far side circle. A good look there at Jan Salak, who's ready to win this one. Back behind the net. Pressure applied by the former Moccasin, Corey Cunningham. Near side, Pastuca, and then Farmer. Then Cunningham swats at it at center. Back into the defensive territory. They get by Garcia here, looking to fire on the far side. Garcia got back on the play. And it moves through center. So then from there, then back to the defensive zone once again. It's Corson Green down the rink. This looks like another icing, and there it is. So icing is called once more against Monroe. With 18:35 left to go in the opening frame. Far side circle face-off again. Nate Keeley will be ready for this one. Has Jacob Schnapp to his left, Dion Demke to his right. And down it goes. Good face-off victory. Hanley near side, ramming out, loads up, fires one, blocked in front. They're looking for the rebound, trying to chop it in, but goes out towards center, and then drop back onside further, back behind the net. Twin City to it with Dion Demke searching for it. Now Jacob Schnapp will see if he can jump in and take it away. Dion Demke off the skates, and finally played by the Moccasins. Look out, 2-on-1 maybe. They throw it, play in front, and a blast it wide on a one-timer. And Monroe with a player there slow moving after that one-timer. That was Dean Balsamo who let the drive go, and he's moving slowly here. We play on. Nearly turned over and played to Butita. Butita looked to steal it here as we have 3 Thunderbirds converging to the puck, and they'll get the job done. Nicely done. It's Kramer to LaBelle, then Connor Craig, top of the far side circle, finds Kramer open, shoots one, glove save, Masternock. And so that was a good try there from Roman Kramer. He's trying to score for the 15th time this season, 58th time in his career, as he drove one there. Left circle face-off. By the way, they have no shots on goal counter in this building, at least not one that I can find. I'm looking around everywhere up here. And it's not on the video screen at center or either scoreboard. So I guess we'll have to update those for you during the break. A lot going on tonight, but certainly glad to be on air with you. All right, here we go. Good face-off victory. Here's Ford, shoots one. Save made by Masternock. It's up and out. And so a save applied there by the blocker of Tyler Masternock, Oshawa, Ontario native. He's got a 10-2 record on the season, a .919 save percentage. Looking for his first shutout of the year. And the Thunderbirds will look to track this down here in the near side corner. Right from the face-off. It's driven out to center. LaBelle will fire it ahead. Goes all the way around to the far side corner. Butita looking to apply some pressure. Over the red line come the Moccasins. Across onside as they look to zip it across with Casey Gernstein. Near side, LaBelle to it though. As he plays it away from Gernstein, who's applying the pressure. Out to center, Butita, and a one-on-one with Jamie Dorsey. Dorsey went down. See if Twin City can get it back over the red line. And right over the blue line, a shot fired in on Babick, who has it. And then Cunningham giving a bump there after the whistle. Defensive zone face-off, Jan Solak. And down it goes. Face-off victory, though, as a blast one wide of the goal immediately. The Moccasins had it. Now it's played by Green. Green will back up, and then they swing a pass through the neutral zone, way across, and this one goes well wide of Babick. Falls down to the near side, played by Matt Garcia. 2 goals on the year, 8 assists as well. Played by a high stick. And the next team to play it was the Thunderbirds and Solak. So play will continue, no stoppage. Long shot. Oh, and he lost it, look out! They nearly slammed in the near side post. The puck was still free there, but I think the official lost sight of it, but Masternock made a save. And then it went high in the air, and when it dropped back down, it nearly got in behind him. And that would have been a blunder, but certainly one that the Thunderbirds would have been all right with. Offensive zone attacking face-off here for Solak with Pastuca to his left, Cunningham to his right. We're playing 5-on-5. No penalties called so far tonight. Still early on, though, in the opening 5 minutes of the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Solak wins a battle, fires one. A pad save made by Masternock. Out to center. Here come the Moccasins. They'll go up the ice with it quickly, and they couldn't get the shot to go from Austin Albrecht. Well, center one, but taken away by Pastuca. He was ready for that one. Pastuca finds Cunningham. Corey Cunningham crosses near side. Farmer fires one well wide of the goal. Makes its way around the boards out towards center. And they'll build some steam up the near side. Balsamo dropped it back. Albrecht fires. Save made by Babick, but he couldn't control it. You could hear it hit him, and he thought he had it. Looked down, and he didn't. But Igor Ramanow's got it now. So Ramanow will put it onside from the red line. And the Thunderbirds make changes out to center. Back behind the goal, now to the near side again. Here's Ramanow inside the line. Throws a good pass to Hanley. Shoots one, looking for a tip, and he got the tip from Schnapp, who was standing on the doorstep, but it goes up and out of play. Well, I just checked the online scoring system, and they're not giving us any shots there either. So I thought maybe we could pick up the data that way. At least not for now. Right circle face off. And down it goes. This was away from the Thunderbirds. They'll try to get it back here with Troy Harwell. Out to center, Igor Ramanow. He slams it across the zone as Jacob Schnapp stops a rolling puck, settled it, and then dropped it onside. No look pass along the near side boards, and eventually he's stolen right back by Twin City with Schnapp to Ramanow, and he'll punch it ahead, and he looks for a change. So one-man swap. Hanley's out there with LaBelle. Schnapp still applying some pressure here in the attacking area. Now down behind the line, Harwell. He's pinned and works his way free. Finds the puck to Keeley. Up top, LaBelle fresh off the bench. Craig towards the net, and a save made. All right, this will take us to our first media timeout. We'll be right back with more Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
What are you doing, bub? Just fixing my chair. You should call Contract Business Solutions. Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS 5 off. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
And welcome back from our opening media timeout of tonight's game. 14:42 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. And we remain in a scoreless tie. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Bit of a late start, certainly than what we're used to with an 8:05 start time. At least that's what's advertised each game of the weekend. From the face-off, Thunderbirds have it. They'll fire ahead. Look out, though. It's a turnover. Could be trouble brewing the wrong way. They'll look to center, and a good stick there by Babick. He was run right into. And head coach Steve Harrison yelling for a penalty, and I don't think they've called one, but they certainly could have. Well, on that advance down the rink, Babick was run into. He made a great play with his stick, and that was exactly what I was about to mention, was that stick play to break it up as the Moccasins centered, and once that went across the ice, as soon as it went glancing off the goal stick, that's when the contact occurred, and it was pretty heavy. He's got his mask off. He's trying to make sure that everything's all right now. Well, and let's certainly hope everything's okay. Maybe a little bit shaken up, but overall I think not too bad. So he'll at least stay in the game, but that's a bit of a wake up. All right, so no penalty call. I think they were going to stop the play regardless once he went back and the mask fell off. Moccasins get to it here along the near side, and now we've got a stoppage with a puck out of play. All right, down it goes, and we'll see if the Thunderbirds can find it from there. Here's Garcia charging up the left wing. Garcia encroaches towards the goal, and it goes away from it. It's back behind the goal. They'll look to find it. And he threw it in front of the net there. Stolen aside by Corson Green and the Moccasins. Now they'll lift it onside from Andrew Ballant in front of play. Taken aside nicely by Cunningham first. So Corey Cunningham, he'll skate up the rink, drops it back behind him. Long shot from Pastuca, save made. So a stoppage there. As the Thunderbirds have put a few shots in on Masternock early tonight. That's good to start to see that shot total bill, although we literally can't see it. Figuratively, though, it's there. We just can't keep track of it. It's not shown to us here in the building. See if we can get you an update during the break, though. Here's Butita, back behind him. One-timer just went wide of the net there from Ford. Gus Ford was very close to scoring for the 24th time this season. Here's a drive in on goal and a save made by Master Knox.
On merchandise stores located in front of the Civic Center, the merchandise store has all your favorite box apparel. Be sure you stop by.
Back playing again. Far side of the building. As they'll look for it and flip it out towards center. Batted down by Butita. He goes ahead with it. And it's picked off, and this will bring the play the other direction. Jumping in is Ford along the near side. There's a check from Kramer. Moccasins have it though with a play from Fornese. Back behind the goal, near side. They move it around. Fornese had it, and then he took a bump up high, and this is going to send the Thunderbirds to the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. It's a high stick infraction, and it was from Roman Kramer. He didn't mean to do it. He's having taps to the pads of Albrecht right now. But the intention, of course, doesn't matter, and so unfortunately the Thunderbirds will be penalized here.
Twin City, number 18, 2 minutes, high stick.
And so they announced the high sticking infraction to Kramer. Kramer entered tonight's game with 20 minutes of penalties on the year and 54 in his career. Coach Harry's show will be live on Tuesday at Earl's, by the way. I think I misspoke earlier and said Dave and Buster's. Of course, Earl's, Dave and Buster's, and Little Italy are 3 rotating Coach Harry's show locations. Here's Keeley. Ready to look to win this defensive zone face-off on the penalty kill. Unfortunately, not out. So a shot and a block there from Craig. Falls down to the near side corner. The power play time is underway for the Moccasins. They look to fire and they go across. Couldn't handle the pass though. They have 32 power play goals on the year. In front, look out, one-timer off the post. Off the far side post, and now they got to stop play. Well, the fans are celebrating wildly, and they turn the lights out during the play, and you can't do that. Coach Harrison might even want a penalty. I don't know what the rule book says about it. Boris Babick was beaten cleanly there on the shot, and now they've released some snakes. Hopefully none of those are alive. They look to clean those up. And now this is going to bring us to a big stoppage. So Babick was beaten pretty cleanly there with a shot, but unfortunately the Thunderbirds gave up a one-timer, a slap shot from the near side circle, and so not much that Babick really could have done with that. We are getting a replay if you're watching online. This not even close. It hit it cleanly and stayed out. And so then they turned the lights out, started celebrating a goal that they didn't score. Easy to get fooled on something like that. It happens to me occasionally because you're watching for the puck and where it is in relation to the goaltender, and it beat him certainly, but the Thunderbirds survive as they got a good break that hit the post sharply and stayed out. And they're still in the penalty kill, dealing with this penalty to Roman Kramer, but it is a scoreless hockey game. Okay. Back down behind the net. Kramer high sticking at 6:57 on the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Monroe will charge up the near side with speed. And Leah Rockos, it's still with Yanni Leah Rockos, nearly taken away by Keeley. Still has it though. Centers in on goal, far side play here. In front they go with it. In on goal, block, rebound, far side. Thunderbirds have room now. They've got Connor Craig, and he'll throw it off the boards, and down it goes. Twin City looking to make quick changes on the kill. They'll get the new 4 players out there with Pastuca, Farmer, Salak, and Garcia. Over halfway gone by on the game's opening power play. Thunderbirds on the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. So we have 33 seconds left on the opening 5-on-4 of the game. Corson Green, sent a pass across the zone. He got it right back. Here's Green, open. Back across he goes. Gets it again. Shot, save made by Babick, and he spit out a rebound, but maybe did that intentionally as he saw the Thunderbirds had numbers to the near side, and they were going to be able to clear it. Back onside, Albrecht shoots, save made by Babick. That one hit him in the bottom of the mask and then dropped down into the catching glove. And officially there's 7 seconds left on this penalty to Roman Kramer. Gus Ford will take this important face-off with not much time remaining on the opening penalty kill of the night. It'll be Ford with Craig and Butita and LaBelle out there. This one hit the linesman, falls down, save made by Bagger, rebound, they score. And now the Moccasins will celebrate the opening goal of tonight's game. Well, a face-off that the Thunderbirds were unable to win and move out of the zone, and then Babick had to deal with a first shot, and that was a bit of a bad break because the first shot, actually he made a save on it, but then LaBelle got turned around in front of him, and it was put in on the other side. And so they continue with the cleanup efforts here. If you're watching on the video side of things, we get a good shot of the head coach Steve Harrison. But it's 1-0 for the home team. So one play that they thought they scored on the power play was ruled to go off the post. And this one, we'll see if it's an official power play goal or if the time just expired to Kramer. I think it might have gone down as a 5-on-5, but either way, it is a 1-0 game here. Well, I have some good news. They've updated the shots on goal online, and so now that that's been done, we can pass that along to the broadcast side of things. It's 5-2 favoring the Thunderbirds, although they do not have the goal yet scored online, so it'll be at least 5-3. All right, they say that's enough of the Snakes. And it's the goal for Gerstein. Gerstein's 12th of the season. All right. 11:05 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Thunderbirds down by a goal. Face off at center ice as we'll play 5-on-5 again. Monroe is 17-6 when scoring the first goal of the night this season. Twin City will look to track it down. It's chipped ahead, goes from Hanley, now back behind the net for Keeley. Keeley looking to play it, had room, near side. We'll see if Twin City can find it from there. It's Dion Demke back behind the goal. And they'll battle for it with Keeley. Chipped out eventually, though, by the Moccasins. Maybe not. They missed the pass along the near side of Dorsey. Dorsey was spun around. Now it's Gerstein, the goal scorer. As he pins Hanley into the boards, down behind the goal line. They battle for it from there. Almost to the halfway point in period number 1. 10:20 left to go in the first. Now it's Pastuca. Slides it across to find Hanley. Near side, Igor Ramanow. Off the backhand to center. Picked off though. Salak looks to get it again. And that's a delayed offside, and that's the reason for the whistle. Offsides. So they announce the offsides. The face-off will be outside of Twin City's defensive territory, which is to our right in this opening frame of action. From the face-off, Thunderbirds will possess it this time. They'll have Farmer hold on to it. Garcia finds Pastuca, stretches it over to Salak. It's intercepted. And so the Moccasins cross onside. Shot goes wide of the glove hand of Babick. And Farmer got knocked down to the near side corner. He looks to jump back up and throws ahead himself. Albrecht holding on to it, found by Salak off the backhand. Jan Salak working hard. He's able to move it out to center. Here's Albrecht, near side, looks to shoot, way across the zone, play by a high stick by Butita, but the Thunderbirds will find it. So it's Garcia to find Cunningham. What a story it would be for him to score here tonight. He's run into, tries to get possession again. Captain John Butita races over and taken aside and moved out by Dean Balsamo. Down the rink, in on Babick, and he plays it. Here's Butita. Butita spins around at center. He'll flip it down the left side of the building. Played back behind the net by Tyler Masternock. Out to center. Now it's found by Craig. Back and forth they go. Now Ford's onside. Top of the far side circle, and he'll throw one wide of the net. Now it's LaBelle. Now it's Ford. Back to Gus Ford, holding on to it. Far side. They'll chop it, and save made by Masternock. Okay, that will take us to the media timeout with the Thunderbirds down by a goal at 1-0. We'll be right back with more Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
Best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwynn Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwynn Services. One call does it all.
Every car gets warning lights, but did you know the color actually means something too? Red indicates an issue that requires immediate attention. Orange indicates a less urgent issue, like a vehicle service requirement. Blue and green give you information on lights and indicators. The more you know with Flow.
Offensive zone face-off on the way as we return from the media timeout. 8:37 left to go in our Pine Tree Tavern first period. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey here on the road this weekend. They are down by a goal. Onside a play from Ballant. They go in front of the net. And it's blocked down, and they score the rebound. That one was blocked. It fell down to the ice. And in it goes for the second goal. So the Thunderbirds now down by 2 as we have 8:23 left to go in the first period. Casey Gerstein got the first one. And a play right here on the doorstep. They'll put another goal in. This time it's Andrew Ballant. And they announce the goal now for Ballant. So we return after this second goal of the night's been scored, and the Thunderbirds will go looking for it in the defensive territory. Igor Ramanel back behind the net, holding on to it as he's stick handling and now waiting for his teammates to join him and rush up the rink. Has an option to Hanley to his right, fake that way, and he'll just keep it for himself for now. Goes in directly off the boards, right along the visitors' bench, and then eventually they'll push it into the attacking territory. Centering play, stolen away, and off the very top of the glass. That one nearly left the rink. But it continues as Ramanel goes to find it at center. Finds Schnapp. Here's Schnapp. Crosses onside. In front he goes, looking to fire. Blocked, though, as he couldn't get the shot to fly. And it's moved down the rink. Played here by Hanley at center. Good little play there from Cade Hanley. Now back to Schnapp. Shoots it this time, and it goes wide of the goal. Out to the red line. Here's Farmer. Good deception. Farmer fires. Save made.
Moccasins goal scored by number 12, Andrew Ballant. Number 10, Kevin Stephanie, and number 41, Contact Witnesses. It's 2-0. Let's go.
Left circle face off here on the way. This will be Jan Salak to take it. And down he goes, one away from him by centerman Jared Christie, California native, 5'10", 185. Out to the red line, good play from Farmer. They'll move it up to Salak. Salak steps onside, top of the far side circle, tries to go in front, it's back behind the net. Played here by Cunningham, high in the zone they go. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can get on the scoreboard. Garcia finds Farmer. They'll chop it in front of the goal, and it's wiped away by the goal stick of Tyler Masternock. Out to center, just along the red line, and it goes bouncing the other way, collected by Monroe. We'll have one more media timeout here in the first period. That'll be the under 5 break. We've got 6:37 left now. Here's Farmer circling around. It's a 1-on-2 disadvantage, and he's able to get through the pressure. Up the wing, Gus Ford giving a bump, tries to put it down behind the goal line. He does, but no one there for now. Farmer threw a hit, looking to go back and find it. Roman Kramer will steal. Kramer has it down behind the line. They center in front, and they couldn't get the feed to go to Gus Ford. And so Ford was open. Kramer tried to feed it to him, calling for a pass, and LaBelle squeezes one quickly up to Ford. Ford up the wing to find Roman Kramer. Chips it back in front of the goal, but it was shut down on the advance. Had the right idea, trying to find Ford streaking towards the goal. Onside go the Moccasins, right back the other way. So it's LaBelle to find Ford with a pass. Gus Ford, top of the far side circle, trying to dance his way around the defender, but he ran into him. And we'll see if Twin City can get it again. They can't. Still with Ford. Ford's run into. Went down to one knee. Looks to stand back up. Monroe has it 2-on-1. Look out here. Near side. They'll drop it back. One-timer, they score. It's 3-0 as the Moccasins had numbers. They had a 2-on-1 that developed eventually into a 3-on-2, and able to use the space of a player that was wide open there along the hash marks, up over the glove hand of Babbitt. And it's a 3-goal game. So a tough start here behind enemy lines to open up this 2-game series on the weekend. Twin City down by 3. Onside here, Keeley tried to fire one up and never made it to the netting. And so it falls back down, and we're back playing hockey. Found by Ramanel. He'll toss it onside. And across it goes. Out towards center, 2-on-2 again developing. Now 1-on-1. Long shot. Ramanel got in the way of it. And off the deflection, found here by Jacob Schnapp. So Schnapp has room to carry the puck. He'll do that as he pushes it ahead, in on goal, and turned away by Masternock. Out towards center, they'll battle for it. We'll see if Keeley can win this battle. Down to the rink it goes. Monroe's got it onside. Shot from Turner, goes up and hits the glass. From Sam Turner, St. Louis, Missouri native, in search of his 8th goal of the season. Dion Demke, up he goes to find Igor Ramanel. Changes being made back behind the play, so he'll stop in the zone and look for some help. He'll find it by way of Pastuca. Yuri Pastuca circling around. They go way across the zone. It's Farmer, loads up, shooting one, save made. All right, that takes us to the media timeout. It's the final media timeout of this opening frame of action. The Thunderbirds down by 3. We'll be right back with more Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
Being your best is hard. You gotta take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool. For the kids.
For the kids. Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from, like, this century.
Yeah.
At a Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Moccasins goal
Offensive zone face-off here on the way. All right, so we return from the media timeout. Thunderbirds are down by 3, looking forward to the far side of the building. Jan Salak powers his way in behind the goal. He'll look for an option. He swings one in front, goes away from Pastuca, falls down. Corey Cunningham to it, and he'll look to shoot it. Gives the pass instead. Salak powers it towards the goal. He's hooked down on the penalty called. And now we'll see Twin City the power play for the first time tonight. All right, well, the Thunderbirds are down by 3, but a power play goal here could certainly change the momentum and would go a long way to building some confidence in this comeback. A lot of hockey left, but down by 3 on the road, not an easy place to be. Casey Gernstein, Andrew Ballot, and Rasmus Asp have the goals. And they announce the penalty. Okay, so the Thunderbirds the power play. And down he goes. Far side of the building. They'll fire it out through center immediately on the penalty kill. So Boris Babic holding on to it. Twin City looking to score on the power play for the 31st time this season. Power plays at 19.4% entering play here on the weekend. Ford gets it to Pastuca. He's open up high. They go across the zone with it. Top of the circle. Shot! And it goes well wide of the net all the way out of the zone. And so down the rink it goes. Found here by Boris Babic. Babic goes off the backhand and moves a play along to Yuri Pastuca. Pastuca will look to charge his way out over the red line. Moves it away from Salak. Salak will look to find it here in the corner. Jan Salak to it. Now it goes to John Boutita, the captain, on the man advantage. Josh LaBelle, they move it around. 70 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4. Now underneath, 3 minutes to play in the period. It's LaBelle. Ford, long shot, tipped, and it went wide of the net. Right there on the far side post as Boutita was looking to score, taken aside by the Moccasins, and they'll have room to move it out, and they do. Jared Christie will send it towards Babic. Babic makes a stick save. And now there's 45 left to go on the Thunderbirds' opening power play of the night. LaBelle moves it to Kramer. Roman Kramer with speed onside here. In front he goes. He tried to center it and makes his way back behind the net. High inside the line. Snap to LaBelle. LaBelle to Kramer. Kramer steps up, fires, and that one had room. Nearly went in. They got it the last second though. They'll try it again. One-timer LaBelle. They score! Power play goal. It's 3-1. All right, so the first goal has been scored by the Thunderbirds tonight. That cuts the lead down to 2. LaBelle threw the shot. I think it went off of Keeley in front. As we got to look there briefly from high above. But Keeley led the celebration line and typically means that'll be his. And it looked like he was able to clip that one out of midair and score for the second time this season. So it's a 2-goal deficit at 3-1, but I mentioned a power play goal there, what it could do for the momentum here in this hockey game. And the Thunderbirds on the board, down by 2, as we've nearly played now 18 minutes of this first period. Long way to go. Well, Keeley has scored for the second time this year, 24th of his career. Monroe puts it back onside. So each team striking on the power play, although I think the one that was when Kramer was in the box, I think they did score even strength. Have to go back and look. They did give a power play goal, so either way, in front of the net of Babic this time. Each team officially with a power play scoring play. Here's a drive and a deflection that falls and lands back behind Babic. Near side, they'll look for it. Inside the line, stolen away. Harwell, up the wing he goes. Troy Harwell, long shot, and that one goes well wide of the goal as Tyler Matthews was able to block some of the progress of that one back behind the net. So they'll battle for it from there. And right now, Monroe with room to work. They'll stretch it across the zone. And they missed the pass here, should be icing. And it will be. All right, so officially there's the announcement with 1 minute left. We've got under 56 seconds now left to go. We hope you enjoy the programming coming up in the first intermission break. As the Thunderbirds are down here by 2, but an offensive zone face-off late in the period. I think they're discussing maybe who should be on the ice here. They're still having some discussions following that icing call. Gus Ford, right circle face-off, far side, wins it. Reminow off the backhand to feed Hanley. Now Kramer shooting. Oh, and a save made by Tyler Masternock. But I don't think he really saw that one. He just got a positional save as he saw it go away. Now a chance on the other side. Good save made by Babbitt, and he'll cover this one. And now could have trouble brewing. Casey Gernstein is not thrilled with Roman Kramer. But everyone will separate, and we'll have a defensive zone face-off here. Thunderbirds taking their time making these changes.
Birthday Casey and Skylar Bradbury. Happy birthday from your Monroe Moccasins.
All right, so eventually they'll have the face-off in the near side circle. Gus Ford will take it. And down he goes. It's back behind the net. Garcia used the boards to clear it out to the neutral zone. Half a minute to play in this opening frame on this Friday night. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, and WTOB Radio. First intermission break on the way. Still some time left here, though. Under 20 seconds as it's back in the Moccasins defensive zone. They'll rip a pass right across the ice. Here they come 3-on-3 as they enter. Shot save made by Babbitt. He kicked that one out, and then Kramer able to move it up to Butita here. 4 seconds. Shot a long one, and that's how the period will end. Garcia took a bump there after the whistle. But I think everyone will settle down and break apart. We'll stay with you to make sure nothing develops, but it looks like we're ready to go to the break. And so it's a 3-1 game here. The goal scored from the Thunderbirds after the 3 unanswered went up there, but a power play goal from Nate Keeley to make it 3-1. All right, we are in our intermission break, so it's time to step aside, and then we will have our intermission programming, and then we'll come back for the call of the second period here on the broadcast. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and making Thunderbirds hockey part of your weekend. We'll see what the answer is coming up in the second period. Intermission break. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Thank you again for coming on. You've had quite an eventful week.
Yeah.
You've actually had quite an eventful journey for this whole year. And I don't know if you've seen the show before, but this is more of a way for the fans to kind of get a better idea of what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about how everything started for you this year and how we got up to where we were last week.
Yeah, I mean, this year, I was at training camp. It was honestly a good camp. There's 3 goalies at the beginning, and then there's just Boris and I at the once the season started. And then Skinner come in, and then kind of in that third role for a while, and then unfortunately got released. But then once Skinner did move back up, or got to was it Huntsville now, I think, like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's once he left, I got the call back about a month and a half later.
So when did you leave?
That would have been.
This year's been a blur to me.
It was like right before Halloween because I remember going back to Illinois to go to my old college.
Okay.
For the Halloween weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got back in December.
Yeah, like just before Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, what was that like? What were your thoughts? What were you doing to stay in shape while you were away?
I mean, I honestly just stay on the ice a couple times a week. Just there's 2 local club college teams in my hometown with Mo State and Jury. So a lot of good players there, and I was lucky enough to like skate with them, my brother, and like have my goalie coach back there as well. It really at least stay on the ice and stay sharp and see competitive level shots. So doing that, coaching a little bit, nothing.
Were you trying to find other teams?
I was, yeah, and just absolutely nothing was working. Like I just.
Hey, but it came full circle. You're back here now.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, what was that like coming back?
It was good. Like all the fellows were excited for me to be back and just be a part of the group. And obviously, it was a quick when I got in like on a Thursday, and then like it was immediately on the bus straight to PD. Yeah, that was nuts.
And I know a lot of the guys, they read some of the comments online. You got your first start this weekend. You got your first win. I saw all the support online too. It's like, how'd you feel about all that?
I honestly, like, it was heartwarming. Honestly, it felt good, just like just being on the ice and playing, but then like everyone around me, like all the fans, especially like all the boys, like they were just so excited that I was 1 playing and 2 that I got the win. So it was great.
That was it was nice to see that the way everything's played out. So I don't know. What do we have? 20 games left,
something like that.
Including this, yeah. It'll be an interesting stretch down now that we're back in the 5th place here. Just still out of playoffs. So,
there's Battle PD.
Do we even play them again?
I think like 1 more weekend.
That's it.
I think that's what it is.
That's not very. I'm not very confident, I guess, in that. I mean, it'd be one thing to like play them like 8 times, and then that way, like we have a little bit more control of it.
Yeah.
But
like,
the schedule this year has been kind of odd.
Like I know we played them like it was like the first weekend, like we played them of the season, and like it was them a lot of the times after that. So
yeah. Now you're at the which one of the houses are you in?
I'm at the White House. That is a jungle of a house.
What goes on? What goes on usually there?
Just
shenanigans.
Just guys being dudes, you know. A lot of just.
Who's the worst? Who's the worst one there?
The worst one.
Yeah.
I mean, we all kind of know. It's not for farmer. It's one of the 2. Like farmer's clean, so that's a positive on his part, but they're just
always a mess. Always.
Like I wouldn't say always a mess, but after the weekend, it's a little dingy.
Turns into a circus.
Yeah.
So what do you do there then? Or do you get out, or do you just stick around and watch the circus unfold?
Half and half, honestly. Like it is funny watching just being at the house because there's so many characters that live there. It's a good time. But then besides that, obviously going golfing.
Big golfer?
A big golfer, yeah. Not very good, but
really,
yeah. I actually went to Tanglewood yesterday.
How was that?
It was not my best round, but it was definitely a good. Like it's a super nice course.
Yeah, I've never been there. I've always heard about it. I heard Gus goes a lot there.
Yeah, there's a lot of bunkers. That is unfortunate for me.
Like, I would have a hard time playing there.
Yeah, trust me. I think on like the front 9, I was in the sand at least once, like at least like 7 times on each hole. It's crazy.
Every time I go, I'll skip like out of the first 9, I'll play like only 4 or 5.
Yeah,
like I'll be like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I lose too many balls half the time anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, luckily I've found more balls than I've lost.
Yeah, I've never really looked for them. I make sure the cooler's packed pretty well.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's usually my go-to when
role.
I go golf. I haven't been asked to go golfing lately though. That's kind of upsetting, but
yeah. Won't bite you next time.
I used to go with Pesty, but Pesty is busy with Sally all the time with the coaching and stuff like that. So
yeah, I know him and Sally are always just coaching every day. I feel like.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. I've heard like some days they're at the rink for like 10 hours a day. It's like that's too much.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
It's a lot of skating.
and back and forth too between Greensboro and here. So
yeah, couldn't do it.
No, it's a tough one.
Yeah, coaching's fun, but I won't say that fun.
I was gonna say, do you do any coaching in the summers? Or
I
what
do,
you-
yeah. I mainly all like the youth kids that are like around like Springfield, like where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's like honestly all age groups I've been coaching. Like luckily I got this one kid that we have that he's really coming along well. He's actually playing down in Florida now, but he's.
How long have you been coaching?
Maybe like 4 years of like actual consistent coaching.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've known most of the kids for a while now, like since they started, like especially like over like squirt level and peewee level.
That makes it easier.
Yeah, like you just get to know the kids, know the family, just kind of like how they. Every kid's different, obviously, so you got to be able to coach. And goalies are just odd already, so
They're not that odd. What are you talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
No, they're definitely some interesting characters. So then, what are speaking of the stereotype? Then, what are some things that make you odd?
I mean, I would say like I've been.
Do you like
told,
have any like weird
yeah.
game day superstitions or anything, or
Not really,
routines?
I have like a routine, but like maybe just like me stretching looks weird to a lot of people because like I'm very flexible. I can do the splits and everything, so I get a lot of weird looks from like Harry, especially, who just like walks by and just. What are you doing, man? Oh, I'm stretching, man. But like, no, like weird. Like, I'm not like don't need to eat like alphabet soup in order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I actually a goalie back in college that he literally like he would have 2 alphabet soups, like little like microwavable ones, like on his game days that he'd play, and he would like just eat the letters first. It was hilarious.
Interesting.
It was.
I mean, whatever works, right?
I mean, if it works, it works. And he also would never have anything with holes in it. Like no Swiss cheese, no donuts, no nothing. Just so
it's an odd one.
Yeah,
I've never heard that.
He's definitely a goalie. Love the guy, but he's definitely a goalie.
I always try to avoid goalies because I don't want to accidentally throw them off or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. Like everyone's different. Like I'm very more like upbeat when it comes to playing. Like I just have fun. Like. It's just a game, you know what I mean? But then
at the end of the day, yeah,
there's a lot of goalies that are very intense, very focused, which, I mean, good. If it works for you, it works for you. All right.
I've seen a couple intense ones throughout the years here.
Yeah.
They're interesting.
Yeah.
But that's it? That doesn't sound that odd.
Yeah, like I've been told that I'm one of the like just
the normal ones.
Like one of the normal ones for sure. Like no one's really giving me any harp on being a goalie.
I was gonna say I don't think Boris has been too odd either.
Yeah, like Boris is pretty normal, honestly.
Yeah,
like, he's not like I had a goalie partner from Timmins, Ontario, and he is a goalie for sure. Love that guy, but he's an odd character.
So you're 99, right?
99. Yeah.
Okay. So, and this is your first year pro?
First year, yeah.
How long do you think you're gonna continue this?
I hope for a couple more years. Trying to, obviously, with finding the spot, sticking in the spot, trying to get something rolling of playing more games, obviously. But like trying to keep it as long as I can, just like while the body's healthy, because I've been lucky enough to not really have too many issues as far as injuries or anything like that. So pretty nice.
I was gonna say, are you gonna take the coaching stuff like after and turn it into something like like Pesty and Sally?
Somewhat, yeah. Because like I was in my our athletic training group for college. Yeah, and like I want to go like more in physical therapy than anything, but like coaching will be something I will be doing.
Gotcha.
For sure. Just because like I see I just love to stay on the ice, love to help the kids out. Like everyone, at least back in Springfield, has been awesome as far as just like understanding the process and like what what I have to say about goaltending or whatever the situation happens to be.
Yeah, I've talked about it for many episodes with a lot of the guys. It's always tough to walk away from what we've done for so long. So it's like always finding a way to be involved with it some way or another. So it's always interesting to see like what guys want to do differently after, because like obviously for me, I'm on the business end of it. Pesty's doing the coaching and Sally, and then physical therapy is a whole different
Yeah.
animal with all that stuff too. So it's like it's kind of cool to see like what guys are doing differently.
Yeah.
So like, what'd you go to school for?
I went to school like for athletic training, but if I would have went back for this year, it would have been my 5th year to actually my master's in athletic training, but I wouldn't been able to play hockey. So, and I got this opportunity, so I took this.
You can always go back to school though.
Exactly right. And tell me, I have 7 years to go back to get everything, so I got plenty of time.
Okay, yeah.
That's
I
pretty
didn't know
nice.
it was that long. That's
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was super surprised when they told me that. And I said, yeah, I'm definitely leaving school for a little bit.
Well, what's that whole process going to be like once you finish school with it? Like,
yeah, I mean, like, if I stick into AT, like, I'm still like a little unsure about like AT or PT, because like if I go to AT, it would just be that 1 more year, and then I would just get into like obviously like finding a job and working at a certain place. I'd rather be in like the like collegiate professional setting at some point, but that's not going to happen off the bat most likely.
Yeah,
and I'll have to be like, at a high school or something like that. But try to find somewhere that has hockey around it, because like that's like even the guys here like I'll tape them up every once in a while just because like I'm able to. I know how to do it. So
I took one class in high school. I learned how to tape ankles and wrists.
Yeah.
And I did that once. I forgot. I think I did it to Pesty. I don't think he ever asked me to do it again though.
Yeah, Pesty. I think somebody was taping somebody's finger and it just wasn't right. And all I see is Pesty just go over there and just do it himself, like for whoever it was. And Pesty's just like, all right, nope, let's do it this way. And then it worked. So there you go.
Hey, Pessy's been around a while though.
Yeah.
So he knows what's going on.
Yeah. He knows how to not fix the injury, but help it.
Yeah.
Help you play with
He's
it.
seen a lot. Oh, yeah. Especially from his Berlin days.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get him on here.
Yeah. He's such a goof. He's an absolute goof. I love it. That's the first guy I saw like after they get like once the final buzzer rang.
Yeah.
In the third period of the Sunday game, he just like I just see him. He just smiles, and you just see all the missing teeth, and it's just hilarious because it's just besties.
I don't even remember when that happened to him. Like that must have been like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I feel like. But yeah, no, his toothless smile is one to look at.
It's pretty funny. It definitely lit my day up even more when I saw that.
So what else you got for the fans? Anything?
Yeah, I don't even know. Just kind of.
They're all watching. Like they want to know. They want to know something. What do you got for them?
I can juggle. That's cool.
You can juggle.
That's awesome. I don't know. Like I'm honestly just a big sports guy. I just love like anything sports related: baseball, football, golf, obviously, hockey.
Yeah. What'd you think of the Super Bowl?
I bet on that. I lost every single leg on that, so that was unfortunate. It was very slow paced game.
I thought it was a very boring game.
Yeah, it was 9-0 after half. I think. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
and I had the over, so that was not hitting at all. It was not hitting at all.
See, I'm not good at betting on games and stuff like that, so there's no way that I would.
Yeah, like I can do like NHL, like goalie stuff. I can kind of understand. Like, I kind of actually get into it and like know it a little better, but if it's like football, it's not happening. I kind of, or basketball, I kind of just say like maybe. Let's see if we make money.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. Sports betting is not for me. So.
welcome back live inside the Monroe Civic Center in Monroe, Louisiana. This is Twin City Thunderbirds Hockey. Kendall Grayson with you on WTOV, YouTube, and Facebook. And we thank you for tuning in. We have played one period tonight, each team with 14 shots on goal. But it's the Moccasins leading by 2 at 3-1. So 14 shots each as Monroe got a goal from Casey Gernstein at 8:55 on the power play. Then 11:37, Andrew Ballot. And then finally at 14:32, Rasmus Asp from Sweden. And then it was Nate Keeley to get on the board with a power play goal at 17:47 from Josh LaBelle and Roman Kramer. So that's the Thunderbirds' only scoring play to report. As we'll check in on the out-of-town scoreboard report. Athens on the road against Baton Rouge. They lead it by 3 goals at 4-1. Tie game 1-1, Port Huron and Topeka in the second period. In the third period, PD on the road is leading Columbus by a goal at 2-1. Binghamton has 8 goals in the second period against Watertown. They've got a 7-goal lead. It's 8-1. On the road there for the Black Bears against the Wolves. The Thunderbirds will see the Wolves on home ice in Winston-Salem coming up next weekend, Friday and Saturday. Friday's game will begin at 7:05 and the Saturday game at 6:05. Indiana on home ice leading Danbury by a goal this evening at 2-1. So all the games across the league are underway. And as we always do, we will keep you updated as the night continues. And so as we check out the standings, as we did in the pregame show, Thunderbirds right now 2 points behind the Ice Cats. And so critical hockey here this weekend. They have the opportunity to put 6 points on the board. You get 3 in the FPHL if you win the game in regulation time. If you win it past regulation time, if you win it in overtime or in a shootout, 2 points into the standings. And so the Thunderbirds down by 2 to the Ice Cats in the standings, down by 2 goals here to the Moccasins on the road after the first period. The Monroe Moccasins are 1 point behind the Rock Lobsters with 83 points in the Continental Division side of things. As the officials return, and so they step out. We're waiting the entrance of each team. It will be Boris Babick to lead the Thunderbirds out to begin our flow second period, and so he leads the Thunderbirds out now. So we will soon join the video side of things. If you're tuning in on YouTube and Facebook, the video feed a little bit different tonight. We're having to use the home team's feed, which does have a lot of camera opportunities to view. They've got, I was told, 18 different cameras throughout this facility. So you are getting some replays and things like that you ordinarily would not have. But we are using the home team's feed, so we will jump over there when they're back from their break. But as you can hear, the two teams are back from the break here. They return, they're out on the ice, and the Thunderbirds will switch into the building. The Moccasins will also, and Twin City will now attack left to right. I am high above center ice here in this facility. It's a great view. And we'll see if we can view a couple of scoring plays in this period from the Thunderbirds. Shots are again even at 14 apiece. And nearly ready to return to action. So 20 minutes up on the board. And we'll see if Twin City can get off to a hot start in this second period. They were out shooting the Moccasins early on in the first period. And in fact, I had a glance that said 12-10. Now they even it up at 14-14. Nearly ready to go here for this second period. So we rejoin the home feed on the broadcast side of things for the video side, and we are back underway. We begin the second period, even strength, at 5-on-5. Back behind the net, Babick. They actually tried to fool him there, and they ripped a shot towards him. It hit him on the outside of the goal stick and stayed out. Here's Gus Ford to put it onside. Far side of the building. They'll battle for it from there, then out towards the neutral zone. Here come the Moccasins with speed. Onside, Jared Christie stops, turns, floats one towards the goal, and it's blocked. As John Butita got in the way of it, Gus Ford puts a hit on Casey Gernstein. Now it's Butita. Here comes John Butita. Long shot off a deflection is out of play. And so we've got a stoppage with now 19:15 officially left in our second period. It's the Flow second period on the broadcast. We thank Flow for their partnership. No play here on the face-off. They'll do it again. And there we go. So Locke looks to win it in front, but it's taken back behind the net for Corson Green. We'll see it broken out of the zone. Albrecht played it, and it goes over the blue line. Thunderbirds intercept from there. Salak found Farmer. Farmer finds Garcia. Garcia with a long play through the neutral zone. They missed the pass. Is going to go for an icing. No, they wave it off there at the last second. You see the linesman waving his hands, and so we play on. Out to center, went by the outstretched stick of Salak. Monroe gets it back, look out across, in front, and they got the tip and it went wide of the goal. Thunderbirds survive. Salak, good pass to find Pestuka. Here they go. Corey Cunningham stepping onside, had pressure back behind him, and it was a 1-on-3 convergence that took the puck away from Cunningham. Onside, a drive that goes wide of the net, chopped towards the goal. Babbitt was there each time. To deny Rasmus Asp from Stockholm, Sweden, 6'4", 215. Here comes Hanley. Now he finds a play to Schnapp, back to Hanley. Now it's Demke, shoots it. It's blocked though. Found by Jacob Schnapp along the half wall. He'll play it down low to find Keeley. Keeley, he battles back and forth. They'll find it here with Schnapp. Up top, and played by Demke, but it's out to center, and then Demke went down, and this creates a chance for Ballant to fire one, but it goes to the far side and stays out of the net. Still onside though from Monroe. They'll work it off the backhand from Sam Turner. Top of the near side circle in front. They got the tip, and they look to score the rebound, and they do. It's 4-1 as Babbitt looked to play that one aggressively at the top of the crease, and they tip it in. There was an initial surge towards Babbitt that he blocked, and then it looked like the rebound got cleaned up. There was a hit at the top of the crease, and then in it went. And so we'll have the face-off at center with 17:36 left to go in the Flow second period. As we're back, Connor Craig along the near side, top of the circle, and out through the neutral zone it goes. Onside chance, Kramer, and on goal, it almost leaked through there, but it stays out. Good chance from Kramer. Twin City looking to get on the board again, as now they're down by 3. They were down 3-0, and then a power play goal from Keeley made it 3-1 late in the first period. Roman Kramer, he's tied up here behind the net. As they look to move it around, Ballant looking on with Ford. It's free, you can see it. It's not trapped along the kick plate, and it's moved out to the neutral zone, played here by the captain, John Butita. Craig goes across the ice with it, and lifting it into an open corner, Connor Craig. Keeley has his second goal of the season. We'll see if Craig can also do the same and score for the second time this year tonight. Good steal there from Butita. Works his way to the far side with a chance. Drives one back behind the net. Lively rebound, though, off the boards, and then Salak got knocked over. They'll fire one wide of the net with Cunningham. And that one nearly got through, but off a deflection with Monroe feeling the heat. They'll get to it, and they will ice it. Face-off is on the way here in the defensive territory of the Moccasins following their icing infraction. Jan Salak readies himself. He's got Cunningham to his right. Pastuca to his left. Wins it to Garcia. Long shot through traffic. Goes wide off a deflection. Top of the far side circle now. Cunningham tried to put it in front of the net to feed a play to Salak. Taken away. And off the boards it goes, but he couldn't clear it out. So it's found by the Thunderbirds. Salak looked to center to Cunningham. He saw it bounce away, and then taking a check with Farmer. Stays on his skates. It's back to Salak, and then they steal it away from him. Now Penstuka got it again. Salak turns and fires one. It's up and out. And so that one goes out of play as you hear the applause from the hometown fans cheering on their goaltender, Tyler Masternaut. As we have a look at him on the video board here in the building. If you're watching online, you get one of the many feeds in the facility. Now we see him. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for Nate Keeley. Keeley has the Thunderbirds goal back in period one. And this face-off is one away from him. Out towards center. This one just got by Hanley. We'll see if he can take it back from Albrecht. Albrecht still with it. Center's in front. Tie up in front of the goal. Still onside for the Moccasins, though. They look to score for the fifth time. They're up 4-1. Slap shot. Good save made by Babbitt. And the clear is not out. They hold the zone. And this time off a deflection, it falls down on the near side corner. Taken by Hanley. Hanley flips it ahead. Over the red line it goes. And all the way down the rink. Collected by Corson Green, New York native. Now to Matthews. Out to the red line. Here's Keeley to make the play. Keeley chips it ahead. We're 5 minutes and 5 seconds away from the halfway point in regulation. 15:05, 15 minutes now left to play in the slow second period. Chance onside for Monroe. They look to shoot good. Defensive stick there from Keeley. He moved it to Harwell. Troy Harwell steps onside, fires all the way around the boards, and we'll see if the Thunderbirds can grab it from there. They nearly had it with Ford. Out to the neutral zone. Kicked ahead by Connor Craig, and it goes the other way. Onside of Chant. Shot. Save made by Babbitt. He's ready for that one. He saw it the entire way, and then he watched it go right off the blocker. It's given away from LaBelle. They look to work it in front of the net here. Taken back by Butita. Butita looks to steer it around the zone. He does, and this goes the length of the rink nearly, and it will cross over the line. So it's an icing called against the Thunderbirds, and that will take us to our first media timeout of our slow second period. Thanks for tuning in. Media timeout, Thunderbirds hockey. We'll be right back.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come.
For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
What are you doing, bub? Just fixing my chair. You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call. Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
Welcome back. Following the media timeout, they just showed Corey Cunningham here in the building on the bench, and we see a shot of him on the video side of things as well. And nice round of applause from the hometown fans that are happy to see him back. Very likable player, and here's LaBelle in from center, fires in on net. I know that he's meeting up with some folks that he saw when he played here, and I know they were checking in on him during the morning skate. We had someone ask where he was and what was going on, and so he's back playing for the first time here in this building. Rebound given up by Babbitt. They turn and look to fire one. It's been a tough night so far on the board for the Thunderbirds. Here's a chance, though, as John Butita blocks it. He's got Ford behind him. 2-on-2, they cross. 3-on-2, there's an option to cross to Kramer. They find him. Fire, scores! What a shot from Roman Kramer! It's 4-2, 13:33 left to go in the Flow second period. Kramer, he stays red hot here in the last couple of weekends. It's his 15th of the year, 58th of his career. Well, Twin City used their transition game there, getting a shot block from John Butita. That turned into a rush up the rink. And it was a 2-on-2 as they crossed, and then Kramer was the player on the far side there, so he made it a 3-on-2. They just had to wait for him to catch up and get onside. And once that happened, it went right to Kramer. Good pass to get it to him from Ford, and in it went. And that was a powerful shot from Roman Kramer. It's a 2-goal game again. Thunderbirds down 4-2. They'll go back to find it here in the defensive territory. Across the rink, batted down. And we'll see Twin City get to it once again. Out towards center. There they go. Jan Salak across. And in on goal. Save made. Now some pushing and shoving there behind the net. Pestuka fed a play up to Salak, and he was able to fire that one in on goal. 12:55 left in the second period. Shots are updated now even at 4-4 in the period, 14-14 after one. And we'll see if that's the only penalty called there. It's a slash, and I think it will be. You heard the groans from the fan base. And so as number 18, Roman Kramer, has scored, his number 18 counterpart, Jamie Dorsey, has taken a penalty. All of a sudden now, we've got a 2-goal game, and the Thunderbirds go to the power play. And they win the offensive end face-off. Ford to Salak to Craig. Back to Ford, who won the attacking zone face-off in the 5-on-4. Across, Pestuka, up top, Craig. Now it's Yuri Pestuka. Gus Ford, waiting, shooting one, and it goes wide. It got up on top of the boards there. A bad break, but it stays onside. Thunderbirds track it down again as Butita looked to feed Salak. Jan Salak back down low. Gives the pass to Butita up high. Pestuka, Butita again. Circles away from the pressure as Corson Green is watching him. Now it's Connor Craig. Yuri Pestuka, one-timer, rebound given up after the save. And they collect it and hold the zone. 1:15 left to go in the power play. Gus Ford dances in front. Keeps it for himself, holding on to it, trying to tire out these penalty killers. It's Pestuka, back to Gus Ford, open, shoots one, blocks. Falls down on the near side. Pestuka calling for a change. Butita finds it. And he'll find Corey Cunningham. Cunningham, Butita, they got numbers down low. Here we go. They look to put it out in front. Ford shoots, glove save. And Tyler Masternock denies Gus Ford on his 24th of the year. Really good movement there on the power play. I mentioned you could definitely tell the Thunderbirds were looking to wear down those penalty killers and make sure that they could not get a change in. By the way, we see an advertisement for a local company here called Twin City. There is some Twin City branding in this area. There's businesses called Twin City. So I can assure you that there's more than one Twin City across the United States, as we will try to quiet any of that chatter from earlier this year. Down the rink it goes, and a good stick save made there by Boris Babbitt on a long clear. And so there's time to work and regroup here, but just half a minute remaining on the power play. Here's LaBelle. He moves along to Kramer. Kramer powers his way onside on the man advantage, looks over the rink, finds an option up top of LaBelle, but he fanned on it, gave it away. And then Stephanie has it. Stefanini gave the pass. Look out, they fire on Babbitt. Rebound, they score. And so it's a shorthanded goal to make it 5-2. And that was a rush that started down the rink, and the attacking end of the Thunderbirds, they have possession of the power play, but then they gave up the possession. It went the other way. And Stefanini has made it a 3-goal game again. So it's 5-2 as we're back. Down the rink it goes, collected here by Babick in behind the goal. They look to play up the far side, collected and moved back by Garcia. Then it's found by Farmer, and great pass to find Salak. Salak's open across the zone, and they give it away. 2-on-1 the wrong way. Transition hockey, chance in front, they fire and score again. For the second weekend in a row, Boris Babick will be chased, and we'll see Chad Purdy. And so a couple of quick goals have made it a 4-goal game as Chad Purdy enters the game. So we'll see number 72 for the second consecutive weekend. This is a tough spot for him to be in. First it was Stefanini with a shorthanded goal. Then Gerstein has his second of the night. He was the one that cleaned up that play with an even strength play, scoring play at 9:23 from Leo Rockos on the assist. All right, so the goaltending change has been made. This is going to be the third game played by Purdy. And they announce the goaltending change now. All right, so we're back playing even strength hockey. 5-on-5 as we'll move across the zone here onside. Kramer shoots a long one, and this is deflected up and out. That brings us to a stoppage. Face off to the far side here for Gus Ford. As roaming Kramer to his right. And they win the face-off. Utita got it to Hanley up top. Ramanow shooting along one, blocked in front. Kramer finds it, shoots one off the glass. As Kramer was looking for his second of the night. Ford, he takes a check, stays on his skates, looks to move it around the zone here. 4-man scrum for the puck behind the attacking net. Kramer turns, shoots one, goes across the rink. Utita finds Ford. Ford is run into, gets back up, and the Moccasins have it. And here they come in from center. Far side circle. They'll drive one in on Purdy. And there's a play to Hanley as he got tied up, and then he pushed and shoved his way back. Kate Hanley might want to go. All right, so everything will separate. This will take us to a media timeout. Wanted to stay there and make sure nothing else was going to happen. So it's a media timeout. We'll be right back with more Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS 5 off. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
All right, welcome back inside the Monroe Civic Center. The new goaltender in the game is Chad Purdy, as he has replaced Boris Babick. Second time in the last couple of weekends we've seen a goaltending change mid-game from this team. It's a 6-2 lead for the Moccasins. And they'll look to win an offensive end face-off here. We just crossed over the halfway point in regulation time tonight. We have 9:43 left to go in the Flow second period. Here's Keeley onside, firing, rebound, Schnapp, and he powered it wide of the net. Dion Demke was open in front of the goal, and he taps his stick in frustration. I think he wanted that pass from Schnapp. And it's been that kind of night so far. Moccasins onside, slap shot blocked, still free though. And collected here by Connor Craig. That was Josh LaBelle who stepped in the way of that one. Craig fires, stick save made. On the other end by Master Knock. Back behind the net now, Corey Cunningham, the former Moccasin. One-timer from Garcia through traffic, looking for a tip from Keeley. And collected and moved out to center ice. And it's Pestuka. Onside, across the zone, and they read that play perfectly, breaking up the pass. So now it's found by Salak, looking to get it back to Pestuka, high in the zone, intercepted by Albrecht. And down the ring, collected here by Farmer. Here's Corey Cunningham, steps onside, top of the near side circle now, slams on the brakes, no shower to his right. Garcia got the pass, shot it, blocked in front of the goal, rebounded on net, covered up. Eight minutes, 33 seconds left to go in the Flow second period. I can tell you that during the media timeout, Coach Harrison had his entire team huddled together around the bench, and it was one of the more animated, spirited conversations that we've seen from him this season. My broadcast location is high atop the facility here, but it's directly across from the Thunderbirds bench. And so I was watching a lot of that during the break. Farmer gave the pass to Garcia as we're back. Good offensive zone face-off victory. They threw it in front of the goal, and they'll give it away. And so Monroe will use a high flip to generate the play through the neutral zone. Found by Gus Ford. Ford goes a far side corner. Farmer looking to play it, run into, and then it's collected by Roman Kramer. Launched over the red line and found by Rasmus Asp. He goes across the rink with a pass. Picked off. Ford dancing in front. He's got room. He's taken down here. No call though. And it was a 3-on-1 below the hash mark. So he'll fire one off the far side post. Out towards the neutral zone. Still trapped in the defensive territory of the Moccasins. Back across it goes. And they'll skate it over the red line. Farmer looking to take it away. James Farmer has it. Found by Kramer. Near side, and Garcia looking to catch up to it here over the red line. They'll throw it ahead. Master Knock, the goaltender, plays it along the boards to eventually Leah Rockos. Steps onside with Andrew Ballant. Try to return it back to him. Far side post. They couldn't get the shot from there, so they'll pass it high around the zone. Chad Purdy, the goaltender for the Thunderbirds, in on him, and he'll melt it down.
And Moccasins fans, congratulations to section 231.
And so Purdy in a difficult spot, as he was last weekend when the change was made during the Saturday game. I wondered if each goaltender might get some time this weekend, but certainly didn't hope it was this way. But Purdy was certainly good last weekend in the cleanup spot that they put him in Saturday night. And then, of course, his first career professional win in goal on Sunday. Only gave up 2 goals in the game, and one of them was the 6-on-5 extra attacker goal right at the very end when he had room to play with, had a 2-goal lead. I'll go ahead. Here's Keeley in the corner. And tried to give it up high to Hanley. It was picked off there. Igor Ramanau play to the head, then right back the other way. 6.5 left to go in the Flow second period here on this Friday night. We're right back here tomorrow, same time of the puck drop. We're in the Central Time Zone, so it's 8:05 Eastern Time back home in Winston-Salem. And then back on home ice next weekend for the first time in over a month. Here's Salak. Onside with it, off the backhand, it's blocked and falls down behind the goal line. Chased after his own rebound. That was a rebound off a defender in front of the goal, not the goaltender. Harwell moves it up high and given away by Ramanow. He committed a penalty. And after he was beaten on that play, that may have been, I hate to say it, but that might have been the best thing to do there because it was going to be a clean break the other way. It may have been a clean 1-on-0 towards the net on the far side, but it was definitely going to be a 2-on-1. And the Moccasins have used the transition game to their advantage tonight, so it's a penalty taken by Ramanow after he was beaten there on the far side. So it's a holding penalty.
This penalty kill is brought to you by the Spot Painted Rust. It's a PSP power play.
Offensive end face-off for the Moccasins on the 5-on-4. Thunderbirds now go to the Bobos penalty kill. And Monroe holding on to it here as they look to move it around the zone. Top of the far side circle. No shot yet. There it is, and it hit the far side post. I think it went fluttering through Purdy. And it stays out. Monroe waiting. Up top is Green. Near side. No shot yet on the 5-on-4. See, the Thunderbirds can grab it. They'll fire one here, and off the deflection goes off the glass. Farmer has room, and now that room is taken aside. He's still battling for it. Ford jumps in, and the clear is on. It's out. Butita may get to this one. It took a weird deflection, and now it's Butita breaking towards the net. Backhand scores! Oh, and he got clipped up high. There was going to be a penalty call because it was a high stick infraction against him. I think he's all right here. But he took a high stick there as he scored the goal. I think they'll check for blood as Butita has now netted the goal for the 7th time this year. That's goal number 120 in his career. And the Thunderbirds still killing a penalty that's on the board. How about that, though? They had not scored a shorthanded goal all year, and now in back-to-back weekends, they have a shorthanded goal. That was their second of the week of the season. First of the weekend. All right, John Butita on the board. And it's a 3-goal game. 5:09 left to play in period number 2. Collected here by Connor Craig. He can rip it down the ice without penalties. They're still killing this penalty, and so he does that. Save made on him from over 100 feet away. And it's Liarakos with it. Yanni Liarakos gave the pass. They'll hold on to it here on side of the power play. Tyler Matthews, Ontario native, got it right back. Gives the pass to the left point now. And cleared out off the backhand by Jacob Schnapp. Frank Schumacher is calling for it. He's got number 27 on this season for the team, and he's got to play it here. As it was some good pressure by Yuri Pastuka. 24 seconds left to go on the kill. Onside to a chance for Jared Christie. Hanley got back defensively, took it away. Pastuka has room. Down it goes. Still some time left on the penalty to Igor Ramanow. He stands now ready to rejoin his team. In front, Purdy dealt with that one and scooped it aside. Salak has it, plenty of room, and the Thunderbirds will kill it off, and they'll do more than that as they score a shorthanded goal from John Butita there on that sequence. Ramanow out of the box. He has it. Onside with Farmer. Farmer drives it. Save made by Masternock. Far side corner. They give it away. Butita again, and this time it's off a deflection. Up and out after that chance from John Butita. Media timeout here on the broadcast. We'll step aside and use it and be right back. It's a 3-goal deficit. This is Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Offensive zone face-off on the way following the media timeout. That was the final one of our Flo second period. We've had goals scored in each period. Unfortunately, the Thunderbirds being outscored now by 3, but once again, goals really from each team. Back and forth. It's a 6-3 hockey game. Monroe Moccasins have the advantage. They outscored opponents 63-36 in the first period entering the weekend. And in the second period, they've outscored their opponents 52-41. And that's not live. That was entering tonight's game. Top of the near side circle, it's Kramer, and then he just takes it out to the logo at center, and they start from there, but it's given away on the far side of the building. Monroe onside. No shot, though, as they'll miss the pass. Far side again. This time it's Landon Johnson, and his turn to play the puck. Down behind the goal line it goes. They'll fight for possession. Thunderbirds have a chance on it. And then taken right back. Roman Kramer, he's got it now. Here comes Kramer, carries the puck himself, waits to chip it ahead, and he'll now drive it onside down beneath the goal line. Jamie Dorsey drops it behind the net. Pressure from Keeley, but the Moccasins will make a play on it. Corson Green goes ahead. Now down the rink, collected by Sam Turner. Behind the net, Connor Craig working hard, looking to move it out of the zone. And now it's pinned along the boards. Jacob Schnapp's down there for the Thunderbirds. Nate Keeley watching on with LaBelle. Then Craig got knocked down, and I don't think there's a penalty. I think it's just the fact the puck was not moving, and they elected to stop the game. Well, coming up in the second intermission break, we'll have a listen to part of the interview from the Coach Harry Show back on Tuesday that you can see on YouTube right now in its entirety. That comes out on Thursdays, and Chad Purdy was a great guest at Little Italy. And so we'll hear that in the break. Offensive and face-off victory. One-timer Purdy. As we mentioned his name, he's there for a good save. Back behind him. No, it's not. That took a really strange bounce there off one of the dashers and kicked out high in the zone. Worked out for the Thunderbirds, though. Here we go. Craig onside. Long shot out, up and out on a deflection. 1 minute, 54 seconds left in the Flo second period. And so it's been Nate Keeley, Roman Kramer, John Butito who have the goals in the game for the Thunderbirds. Athens leading Baton Rouge 6-1 on the road. PD still leading Columbus by a goal at 3-2. Binghamton has added one. They're up 9-1 now on Watertown. And driven in from center, Purdy with a stick save made from the red line. And when he made that stick save, he angled it to where it skipped up and went out. So it hit the protective netting. That sends us to a stoppage. 1-1 game between Port Huron and Topeka. Indiana's leading Danbury at 2-1. So that's the latest we can bring you from the out-of-town scoreboard report. Well, they're trying to reset things on the face-off. Unfortunately, sometimes that takes a while. Good work by the Thunderbirds to get to it here. Pastuca moves to Garcia as they were looking to cross and have an advantage. And on the far side, the pass went away, and so no one was over there, taken aside by the Moccasins. They drive it down the rink the other side. We have 88 seconds left to go in the Flo second period. Monroe working it around the zone, deflected off of Pastuca, but not out. Down behind the goal line. Purdy looks on. They'll look to fire it now. Purdy with a nice save. Look out, rebound. Could be trouble, and it stays onside. Shot! This one went off the post. I think it may have hit the top of the crossbar. Still with the Moccasins. Now Pastuca will have a look. I think they'll need a change soon, but he looks it along to Cunningham. Cunningham went down. Pastuca grabbed it, and he fired a shot off the glass. In from center. Moccasins onside. Thunderbirds will chop it back out to the neutral zone. Back and forth they go. 45 seconds left in the period as they call this one back at the blue line. Twin City looking to win a road game for the 7th time this year. The Moccasins looking to win on home ice for the 17th time. They have a record of 16-4-2. Monroe at one point was starting to threaten the Thunderbirds' record of consecutive wins. It's an all-time FPHL record, north of 20. They didn't make it that close. They did win 18 straight, which is very impressive, obviously, but now they dropped their last 4. Onside a chance here as they lead it by 3. Open play to Green, couldn't fire though. And now Ford looked to take it away aggressive high in the zone, but the Moccasins will hold the line. Less than 15 to play in period 2. Twin City found it with Hanley, lifted it down the rink. And out towards center it goes. Albrecht up the left wing, late in the period, 3 seconds left. They steal it from him, and that is how the period will end. And so that takes us to our second intermission break with the Thunderbirds trailing by 3 goals at 6-3. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in as you always do on WTOB Radio, YouTube, and Facebook here on this Friday night. We have our second intermission break on the way as the 2 teams exit the ice. We will hear the interview from the Coach Harry Show during the break, and we'll be right back. Thanks again for tuning in. It is 6-3, Monroe leading Twin City after 2 periods. This is Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Coach, we'll talk about the win coming up here on Sunday, the 3-2 final. Chad, my first question to you is, obviously your first game is huge, but your first start, I think, is something else when you know what's going to be your net. At what point did you find out that you were going to play that game and start that game on Sunday?
I think either the night before or the morning of, one of the two. Like, it was that Harry was just going to let me know, and just like, what was going to happen, and obviously
the $64,000 question.
That's it. You got to make that work first. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so Coach will get in the game. So there's no score through the first period, and that was different than the first 2 nights in which we had some goals, really each way in the first period. So you go into the second period there, and special teams ends up being the story of that second period. And I talked about it on the broadcast. It's 2 specialty teams goals, a power play goal and a shorthanded goal. The shorthanded goal is the first one all season long, which I'm sure you don't practice trying to go out and score shorties, but it's good when you can get one there. So just talk about those 2 goals. First, the power play goal, and the shorthanded goal that gave you a 2-0 lead after 2.
Well, like we just talked about it, about how we were playing, and I thought Sunday we just played the way we played. The message to the team is go and play. It's a game, and just put everything on the table. Put your heart and everything on the table, and when we leave here tonight, if I have to carry you to the bus, then I don't care how tired you are. Let's get on the bus, but just go and play hockey. It's a game, and I think the guys went out and just I think they were starting to feel better as we were going along as on the weekend. And as I said, Sunday, I just thought, for anybody who watched, and I think most of you watched the games in Binghamton, that's the way we played in Binghamton, and the way we played the week before that. So I think it was just a matter of us time to get back to where we were, and the guys just went out and played, and I wasn't surprised at the way we were, and this guy made a couple of nice saves when we needed them, and our power play is we got 2 units right now, and as I said, I think there's a little bit of a competition for them, and which is good, and I like what is going on, and 40 scored that goal there, I think the first one there, and kind of gave us a spark there, and I think that made us feel good that all of a sudden now we're up 1-0, and the way we were playing, I think it gave everybody a lot of energy, and a lot of guys had a lot of confidence back there, and as I said, so I just like the way the atmosphere was on the bench. That's when I know if we're going or we're not going. You can, when you're standing on the bench, you can feel the energy or not the energy, or the heads are down or the heads are up, or guys talking. So I liked the first period, and as I said, even the second period, I liked the way it was going. And as I said, we took advantage of a power play, which was great for us, because those things always really energize you when you score that. And then obviously Pesty and Sally, they're they scored that short-handed goal, and I think that just kind of really set the tempo for the rest of the game for us.
Yep. You mentioned the 2 power play units, and I'll ask you this question. How are you managing that, through a sequence? It's probably situational, but obviously, maybe you'd like to go half and half, but you can't if you've got, the 5 guys working the puck around the zone and that sort of thing. So, how do you manage that, trying to get those both units on the same power play, or maybe you just try to let the one do as much damage as they can?
Well, you said that right there. Like, if the unit's inside the offensive zone and they never leave it for, a lot of times they'll stay on a little longer, or, sometimes I go on a hunch, and you go with what you think, and maybe you leave them on too long, but sometimes it works out. So you go on how you're feeling and how the players are, and as I said, it's more of a feel for how I look at it, and then the players, how we've kind of got a mixed, lines are mixed up right now on the power play, the regular shift line and then the power play line, so it's kind of mixed up the way we're structured right now. So you try to go not too long, and hopefully they bring a lot of energy for us.
And so you mentioned the shorthanded play too that Pesty made back behind the net, and Sally a great goal. So that's where it was after the second period. You go into the third period, they have an answer eventually. They get on the board there to make it 2-1, but then Jacob Schnapp scores a massive goal, and that really kind of put the game away. They do get one of the extra attackers very late. So what'd you think about the third period?
Well, I still haven't seen the first goal there. I have to watch it again. But as I said, it was just to go, and as I said, it was one of those situations where you like to see the goose egg for the big guy here beside me, but as I said, that team there to shut them out for a whole game, I thought we did a pretty good job there. Away from the puck, so I was happy with it. But it was 2-1, and then obviously Schnapp come up with that, the big goal there. He scored a couple of times. In PD there, he scored a couple big goals, and it's kind of the same way. So that made us feel good. I think we responded pretty fast after their goal into our goal. So I think that put them back on their heels. So other than pulling the goalie and scoring that one late, I felt. We were in command all the time, and it was just a matter of trying to put it away.
Yeah. Chad, you hit a lot of milestones here this weekend. You get your first playing time as a pro, first start as a pro, and then when that game's over, you have your first win as a pro goaltender. So what was that like? Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, guys. It was super fun. Once again, everybody on the team was just so happy. Everyone was very excited for me. It was just a great moment to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I think the first person I saw for the head taps afterwards was Pesty, and you just see that big old Czech smile on him, and it was just really fun to be a part of it, and obviously it's a team game for a reason, and everyone helped me out. We got the W.
Great moment for him, but as I said, it was just now we're back in the hunt, and again we started this whole segment off here talking about the standings, and we're not in the position we want to be, but when you're in the hunt, you're in the hunt, and until somebody tells me we're not in the hunt, we're still going to go at it. And credit the guys. We could have folded this weekend, but the guys didn't, and I give them a lot of credit. And as I said, I think this guy beside me gave us a little bit of energy here on Sunday there to go where we wanted to, and we put ourselves in a position to be where we want to be. So this weekend's going to be a big weekend for us. But as I said, I was really pleased. As I said, I thought it was a great team effort, and we're pretty happy for the guy here to get the first big win.
Yeah. All right, let's go straight to the fan questions here to make sure we get this done. All right, so Chad, we'll start with you. This is how did you prepare for the weekend? And that probably doesn't change whether you're going to start or play or not play or whatever. So just take everyone through your typical kind of preparation and what that looked like.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, normally it's the same thing. Whether I'm backing up, starting, doesn't matter what's happening. I have the same routine. I wouldn't say I'm superstitious about anything. It's more of just making sure I do the right things. Especially on game days, I have my routine. Obviously, Harry give me some crazy looks sometimes when I'm doing my juggling and stretching, but yeah.
But I told him to be ready this weekend. When he was going in, I'll be honest with you, if you asked me on Friday night when he was going to play, I couldn't tell you. And it was all about the situation and when it was going to happen, or if it did happen. I went through 45 different scenarios of when maybe he was going to go in or when he wasn't going in, and as I said, I just basically said, in my mind was I'm going to wait for an opportunity, and as I said, it presented itself, and obviously we're all standing here happy for him.
Chad, what do you like to do besides hockey?
Besides hockey, honestly, I'm big just anything sports related. Like, I love golf, I love baseball, just moving the body, like working out. Like I'm just like to move around. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. This question says, do you have a favorite restaurant yet?
Favorite restaurant?
You better say Little Italy. That's where we are.
Yeah, definitely Little Italy. Yeah.
Well, you're not coming back.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a question here. It says, how many steps did I have to climb up to my perch in Florence? Quite a few. I didn't count them, but quite a few to get up there to where I called the game. And that was it's an interesting vantage point. You're in the corner there, but you're pretty high up, and it's not a bad place to see the game. As I mentioned on the broadcast, there's some different things you could see from being in the corner that maybe you wouldn't see if you were right on the red line. So, Coach, this question says, what was your favorite moment of the weekend? I know it's not to me, but if it was asked to me, I'd say it's this guy getting his first pro win.
Well, yeah, I think when the buzzer rang and we got back in the hunt and happy for him, but I'm happy for the whole team. I'm happy that we responded, and for him to get what he did, that was just kind of like the cherry on top. You know what I mean? That was that just made it all even a little more special. But I asked the guys to respond on Sunday, and they did. And as I said, with his performance, we had the big Sunday, and we put the cherry on top for him. So that's what I was happy about the weekend.
Speaking of Sundays and cold stuff, we have a question specifically about the ice. That was a big topic over the weekend. Did they give you an explanation of kind of what was going on? And we were switching ends at one point.
Well, they had the rodeo there, I think, the weekend before there. And I don't know if anybody's been at arenas a week after that you have a rodeo. And I've done it a few times. And you're going to find sand. And I don't know how they clean the building or whatever, but I've been in buildings where they had a rodeo 3 weeks ago, and you walk into a room and there's still sand there. And once that sand, and the guys were doing the goals, there was sand everywhere. They had to, so it was on their shoes, I'm assuming. So and it was just a mess. And like even they had to actually clean our mats to go out onto the ice, before the game on Friday. And they did a good job, and they were trying to do their best they could, but it was a mess. And as I said, I don't know if they had the right products. We have a thing at our rink there where they drive that cart around and cleans all the floors all the time. They could have done that for 5 or 6 days, and I don't know if they would have cleaned it all up. So that was one of the issues. And then they put the goal on. They put brand new ice in, and they messed up with the goal. That's why we had to change at the end of the first period there, Saturday and Sunday. The first period we had to change there for the 10-minute mark. So.
Because it was off, right?
It was off there a little bit, yeah.
It's like 3 inches or so.
Yeah.
I gotcha. This question says, and this probably could be for either one of you, was there a situation you think back in either of your careers that had really, really bad ice? Like, what was the worst conditions you have ever played in before?
Honestly, like another crazy game. It was like we beat the number 4 team in the nation.
Okay.
They had like a literal it was down to like the cement in my crease.
Wow.
Like it was so I had to like just battle around not putting my skate on the concrete, honestly.
We like even PD the first time there where that was bad ice. Over the years you have some bad ice, or you go to arenas that are a little warmer or whatever, and they're down south and the ice isn't very good. And as I said, you go to Columbus there, the boards are bad there because of the ice, or different rinks always have a problem. That rink there the other night there, the ice in the one corner was bad. So, but it's bad for both teams, and you just got to fight through it.
Yep. Chad, when did you start playing hockey?
I believe I was 6 years old, and then I started playing goalie at 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you go to goalie?
Honestly, my brother, he was the first one in my family to play hockey, and he just needed someone to shoot on. So he did the stereotypical put the helmet on, throw the pillows everywhere, and just start shooting pucks.
Let's put Chad in goal and shoot at him, isn't it? How did you start? I love that. That's a good one.
Who's your best friend of the team?
Best friend of the team?
Best friend, yeah.
I mean, I love everybody, I'm not going to lie to you. But I'd say most known, probably Mikey, since we played junior together for a year. I've known him for a while, so.
And I've got a question right here about Mikey. What's his status, Coach?
He's on the IR right now. He got a concussion, and he got hit twice in a row. And, when it comes to the head, you got to be cautious about it, and we don't. So he's off again this week, and I think he actually went to the doctor today. So we'll see where he's at, and we'll go from there.
Another injury-related question says, will Zach White be coming back this weekend?
I'm not sure yet. I wish I knew.
Chad, you mentioned about practice and getting ready for the game on the weekend. What's your typical routine been, knowing that up until this weekend you haven't had a lot of playing time, obviously, and I'm sure you just take it day by day, the same as you would. But I think that's also a question I had earlier about just how's it been being a pro so far. That's a big jump, and Coach talks about all the time, going from college to your first year here in pro.
Yeah, it's definitely more demanding than college, I would say, because college you have your classes, everything's pretty structured for you, and at pro you gotta really make the time for everything and just make sure you're doing the right things all the time.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse.
And welcome back inside of the Monroe Civic Center in our second intermission break. Kendall Grayson with you as always, and thank you for tuning in to tonight's game as we will have a brief recap here. There's still some time left before we will get going for the Culver's third period. As we reset the shots on net for you, it is 30 for the home team and 29 for the Thunderbirds as they update that during the break. But plenty of goals to talk about tonight. The Thunderbirds are down here 6-3 as we've seen 9 scoring plays through the opening 40 minutes. Monroe had a 3-0 lead at 14:32 of the first period. They had a power play goal, then back-to-back even strength scoring plays. Nate Keeley, though, able to score a power play goal, assisted by Josh LaBelle and Roman Kramer at 17:47 of the first. And so the Thunderbirds were down 3-1 after one. Each team with 14 shots on goal in the first period. Second period, Monroe scores to make it 4-1. It was Michael Hagan-Moe from Andrew Ballant and Landon Johnson at 2:24. So the Thunderbirds down by 3, but then a scoring play from Roman Kramer. Gus Ford, John Butita on the assist. Butita's been really good the last couple of weekends. He's been all over the score sheet along with everything else that he does. And he picked up a secondary assist there, and so it was 4-2. But at 16:27, goal scored by Kramer to a shorthanded goal scored by Ben Stefanini at 8:58. 9:23, a goal scored by Casey Gerstein, and that second one scored by Gerstein tonight. That was the goal that got Boris Babick lifted from the game as Chad Purdy came in to replace him. So we had a goaltending change after Monroe's 6th goal to make it 6-2. And then John Butita scores a shorthanded goal at 14:51 from Gus Ford to make it 6-3. So that's where things stand now, 6-3. Each team has been called for 2 penalties in tonight's games. Has been pretty clean on the score sheet. Tucker Scantleberry, by the way, is suspended for tonight's game, but he will return tomorrow night. Just a 1-game suspension for him. He has 182 penalty minutes on the year and 611 in his career. And so he's out tonight, but he would return tomorrow. Shots on goal in the second period, 15 for the Thunderbirds and 16 for the Moccasins. So that gives us a 40-minute total of 30-29. Let's check in on the out-of-town scoreboard report, and we can give you an update on scores from around the league. So here's what we have for you tonight. PD is leading Columbus 4-2 on the road. Thunderbirds certainly watching what PD is doing because those two teams are very close in the standings, and the Ice Cats with a 2-point advantage entering tonight's game, trying to put 3 on the board. Lots of scoring in the Binghamton-Watertown game, but it's the Black Bears doing most of it as they are outscoring Watertown 10-4. In that game in the third period, Danbury with a 3-goal lead on the road at 5-2 against Indiana. Athens leading Baton Rouge 6-1. Port Huron leading Topeka 2 goals at 3-1. So again, that's what it looks like on the out-of-town scoreboard report. I mentioned the standings. We can check in again on the standings, and this is what it looked like entering tonight's game. Athens leading the top, leading the Continental Division, but Monroe right behind them. 1 point behind them. Thunderbirds 2 points behind the Ice Cats for the 4th and final playoff spot. On the other side, Binghamton has clinched a playoff spot with 100 points in the Empire Division. The two teams are returning now. Boris Babick has the baseball cap on, so he goes to the bench as the backup, and Chad Purdy will start the third period. It'll be interesting to see certainly what Coach Harrison wants to do in net tomorrow. And as you can hear on the other side of the mics, the Moccasins return for this third and final period of regulation hockey, the Culver's third period. So Twin City will need some offense. They found some scoring plays tonight, but so far not enough. Again, they'll need at least 3 more to keep this game going. No penalties carry over into the Culver's third period, so we begin the third period even strength. Thunderbirds in the white sweaters. They'll move right to left in this final frame as they did back in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. They'll look to score to my left. look to rejoin the home feed on the video side. All right, here we go. Third period. 20 minutes on the board. And down he goes. All right, so the Moccasins have won the first face-off of the final period. At least in regulation time. You never know. Long shot in on Purdy. Bobbled it, but he was able to deal with it and turn it away. So Purdy makes his first save of the Culver's third period. Hungry fans, nothing beats a Culver's Butterburger. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection and served on lightly buttered toasted buns. Stop by Culver's at 2973 Fairlawn Drive in Winston-Salem today. Culver's, welcome to delicious. Offensive zone face-off of the Moccasins. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can grab it. They steal it. Nicely done. Garcia to Pestuca. Back to him again. As Garcia went down, had some help from behind. We continue on. He's still down here in the corner. Now he looks to stand back up and continue on. Corey Cunningham. He's pressed along the boards. A hit from behind on Garcia. And he's slow moving. Looks like he's shaken up. Monroe has it. They'll move it out to center here as Garcia slowly heads to the bench. Frustrated, tapping his stick. All right, Thunderbirds get to it here. Cunningham, he's in, shoots, save made. Well, Matt Garcia is really hurt on the bench. Head coach Steve Harrison looking at him, and he's yelling at the official, very upset. Offensive zone face-off. Thunderbirds get to it. Butita threw it in front of the goal, looking to make something happen there. Needed a bounce. Something good would have happened as Kramer was right there on the doorstep. Tied up in a one-on-one. Now there's a tie-up play along the logo at center. Onside, a chance for the Moccasins. Out of midair. A save made by the right pad of Chad Purdy. Down it goes. Out to the red line eventually, and then the Moccasins take it back into the defensive territory. Kramer steps in to steal it. He's got it. In front, he went with it, and it went off Butita. He never saw it, and then he watched and looked at it as it was in the corner. He was spun around and wasn't sure where it was. Onside, a chance now the other way. LaBelle sends it to Connor Craig. Craig out to Gus Ford. Along the red line. Back the other way. Schumacher looking on, and now he collects it back behind the net. Brighton, Michigan native Frank Schumacher. Zipped it across the ring. Along the red line, here they go with Ballant. He crosses onside. His drive is detected and deterred by Cade Hanley. Flipped out to the line, nearly back onside, but Schnapp made a play on it. At the opposite blue paint. They'll move it ahead. Ramanow had his head turned around. Now he sees it in front of him, and it'll be an icing call against the Moccasins. Thunderbirds fans got a sweet tooth. Well, Culver's fresh frozen custard is rich, creamy, and made in small batches all day, every day. Swing by Culver's at 2973 Fairlawn Drive in Winston-Salem and check out today's flavor. Offensive zone face-off. Nate Keeley readies himself for it. As Jacob Schnapp to his left, Jan Demke to his right. And down he goes. Held onside, Hanley winds up, doesn't fire, gives it to Schnapp. He's open, shoots one. A bullet of a drive, but it goes off the glass. He just missed. Now he runs into the official, and he centers, and no one's there high in the zone, and so they have to retreat out to the neutral territory to play it. Less than 3 minutes gone by in the Culver's third period. Thunderbirds down by 3. It's 6-3. Turner onside, gave it to Ballant. Ballant goes circling around. Top of the circle, they try to pass it. Pass is blocked though. And then Demke looked like he was certainly held up, but they continue on 5-on-5. Now Farmer receives the pass, went right back to Igor Ramanow in front of the net. Now it's James Farmer. Farmer climbs high in the zone, then he retreats, circles back around. He'll try it up the near side. Gave it to Salak, and then Corey Cunningham. Cunningham back to center he goes. Collected and played by Farmer. Cross, they'll move it onside. Salak centers one here, and no one home for the Thunderbirds. Back the other way. Chance onside. The Moccasins in front. They look to fire. They do. Purdy has it. Well, that was not an easy opportunity, a chance there for Purdy to deal with as he got sort of a bad bounce and was able to launch on that final attempt. Matt Garcia's out here speaking to the official as, again, he was taken down and really felt there should have been a penalty called. And it's good to see him able to continue on in the game. I was certainly going to have to watch that if he was unable to continue, but it's good to see him back out there. And I'm sure he's shaken up, but hopefully he'll be able to continue through the night. Thunderbirds right back here tomorrow. 8:05 is the time of the puck drop. So just like tonight, it'll be a 7:45 pregame show. We hope to have you along for the broadcast, and then we hope to have you in the seats watching this team play next weekend as the Thunderbirds are finally back on home ice. Back-to-back games against Watertown. Onside forward, across they go. Backhander went wide for Butita. Had some room. Far side post. It's shut down as Roman Kramer was there. Stays onside here for Twin City for now. Then it's moved across the blue line the other direction. Albrecht has it. Went back behind him. Swatted out of the zone by Kramer. To the red line. 15:40 left to play in the Culver's third period. Butita nearly had a great steal. Onside Albrecht. Open. Doesn't shoot. Tried to pass, and that was not going to work as the Thunderbirds read it. 3-on-3 in from center. Flipped ahead by Butita. Troy Harwell up the left wing. Overskated it. Butita finds it. Tries to stretch it across the zone. He does. Finds room. They fire one here. And a save made on Connor Craig. That's in the corner. As we are nearly ready for the first media timeout. Period number 3. We hope you are enjoying the broadcast here. Certainly would like a little bit of a different score, though. Albrecht shoots. Purdy has it. So Purdy able to make the save. All right, it's a media timeout. We'll take it and be right back.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Let's go Moccasins!
We return from the media timeout as the Thunderbirds go looking for the defensive zone. Chopped at here, out towards center, but the Moccasins will find it. Long shot, Purdy sees it go back behind him. It's off the glass, and then it falls down off the back of the net. Still possessed onside for Monroe. They'll drop it into the corner. Now out in front, backhand drive goes well wide of the goal. Moccasins have not scored on Chad Purdy tonight, but they put up 6 on Boris Babick earlier in the game. That's when the goaltending change was made. It was back in the second period. Drive onside, and it goes back behind. It goes to the near side post where Purdy throws his glove on it and covers it. All right, so we have 14-12 left to go in the period. Defensive zone face-off on the way for Jan Salak. One-on-one with Johnny Mirakos, and as it hits the ice, they'll look for it. Washed away into the near side corner. Twin City can't find it for now. Salak will look to get it again. Goes in front though. Cunningham, he's able to take it aside. Corey Cunningham, he flips it ahead. And down behind the goal line it goes. Near side, a chance for Salak as he's run into. Still tries to possess it though, as he'll fight for it. Back behind the net, centers, no one home. Pastuca looking for it, found it, in on goal, shut down by Tyler Masternock, and then it was moved out to center. Chance onside for Monroe now. As they'll stop, zip it across the zone, and throwing a stick to it was Pastuca, able to knock it out to center. Thunderbirds making changes across the rink. Back onside Matthews this time as he drives it wide of Chad Purdy. Purdy looks on. It's great to hear from him during the breaks tonight. And he's playing for the third time this year. Still just has the one start that was back on Sunday. And Twin City's last three-game weekend. That was on the road against PD. Here's Ford finding Kramer wide open. Backhander goes wide of the net. What a chance from Roman Kramer. But it stays a three-goal game. John Butita got it and moved it to Roman Kramer. Tried to play it to Ford. Ford looked to give it back to him, and then it was blocked and carried by the Moccasins. They'll pass it around. Still heavy pressure here from Twin City in the attacking area. Now it could be a 3-on-2 the wrong way. Monroe's onside with a chance. Far circle, the shot blocked by Matt Garcia. Garcia stepped in front of that one. As Ford will drop it onside. Now he looks to go off on a line change. Dealt with by Monroe. They'll move it over the red line. 12:05 to play in period 3. Near side, Dorsey loads up. Can't fire though. Pressure from Kramer. They center it and taken aside by Schnapp nearly. I thought he was going to get to that one, but they'll drop it back onside again. Now Twin City has some room. And Roman Kramer will steer it out to center. It's picked off though. On the intercept, Ballant, they cross offside. So that play shut down at the blue line. Athens leading Baton Rouge 7-1. Port Huron on top of Topeka by a goal at 3-2. PD leading Columbus 5-3. Binghamton defeated Watertown 10-4 was the final, and Danbury still the lead on the road against Indiana at 5-2. That one's not gone final officially. Jacob Schnapp collects the puck at center. Top of the far side circle. Here he is. Fire! Save made. Tyler Masternock looking for his 17th victory of the season. He entered tonight's game with a 2.25 goals against average, a 9.19 save percentage. Far circle, face off. And down he goes. Thunderbirds have it up top. Here's Farmer near side. One-timer Garcia. That's turned aside again by Masternock. Into the corner. Pressure from Dion Demke, but it goes across the zone, out to center. And ahead they'll play it, Andrew Ballant. They'll find it there and try to fire through the stick as that was Garcia's twig that went down to the ice. And now it's Demke. Just away from Dion Demke, it was played. Onside, Moe, and on goal, and a save made. And Michael Hagan-Moe has one tonight, looking for his second one. Now it's Jared Christie, high in the zone, he's open. Tries to find a spot to work from. Near side circle, heavy pressure from Nate Keeley. Chopped to the line, not out of the zone. Now from the side of the circle. They'll go across, and is picked off, and Cade Hanley will stretch a pass to Dion Demke. Uri Pastuca tries to get around the pressure there, of course, in green. Down behind the line, Thunderbirds steal it, and nearly walked out in front of the goal with Demke. It was chopped at. Goal stick was used there by Tyler Masternock to block it. Now Garcia collects it. 10 minutes, 13 seconds left in period 3. Delayed penalty on the way. It's going to go against Monroe. Flipped down the ice, possessed by the goaltender. And so we've got 5 seconds until we hit the halfway point of the period. But the Thunderbirds will go to the power play here. And penalty has been given to Yanni Liarakos. So Liarakos takes a seat, and we'll see what the Thunderbirds can do here on the 5-on-4. A power play goal here would make it a 2-goal deficit. And they'll fight for possession across the rink. Here's Boutte to the captain, has it behind the goal line, tried to feed it to Ford, who briefly had it. And then Schnapp stepped up, it went off of his skate, and that likely prevented the rush the wrong way. So Craig, he'll chip it aside. Now it's Jan Salak back behind the goal. They work here on the man advantage. Boutte to Ford. Ford couldn't get the pass across his own, picked off. And now it's a short-handed bid for the Moccasins. No shot yet. There it is. They center one, swiped away by Connor Craig. Ontario native Craig. He looks up the rink. And here they go. They'll chip it ahead, down behind the goal. See if Salak can get to him. Play with a high stick there, went into the bench anyway, so that was going to stop the play. And that will send us to a media timeout. We will step aside and be right back. This is Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on-site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Welcome back from the media timeout. Offensive zone face-off on the way here with the Thunderbirds working on the power play. It falls down to the far side corner. They'll look to chase it down, and it's Ford down behind the goal line. LaBelle and Cunningham high in the zone. This one's cleared down the rink. So now we have 55 seconds left on this 5-on-4 advantage. The Thunderbirds down by 3 goals at 6-3. Here's Cunningham, tried to cross onside, and the puck back behind him. Now Ford got it again. Back and forth we go. Here's Roman Kramer, sets up, and he'll use some space high in the zone. Gus Ford finds Josh LaBelle. Now Corey Cunningham fired, but the shot was blocked, still free. They look to shoot one here. They do. It's blocked and it goes wide. Into the near side corner, now higher in the zone. From the half wall, Ford up top, LaBelle, slap shot, save made, falls down behind Masternock, still free, still in the power play. LaBelle to Kramer, shooting one, blocked, it's not covered up, they just forced it up and over the goal there. They'll try it again late in the power play. Kramer, near side, Ford, dances in front, couldn't fire, went down. And the clear is on, not out. We saw the net ripple there, but they play on. Here's Cunningham, and a pitch to the head, but changes being made, and so that's it for the power play. And the Moccasins will skate it over the red line. Onside, Gerstein looking for a hat trick. Goes across the ice, off the backhand from Pestuka over the red line. And Schnapp applying some pressure. This hit a Moccasin right in the helmet. That was Christie. Now, what do we have? A hand pass. They called a hand pass. That'll give us a break with 7:28 left in our Culver's third period. Thunderbirds down by 3 at 6-3. And face off on the way here. Down he goes. As we're back. Out to center, played over the red line. In front of Purdy, stepped out, wanted to play it himself. Tried to help out his teammates, and he did just that. If you're just joining us, Chad Purdy is in the game here as Boris Babick was replaced after the 6th goal of the night was scored by the Moccasins back in the second period. Out towards center, intercepted. Butita tried to drop it to the wing, but Salak wasn't ready for the pass. Here comes Monroe the other way. Shot, and it goes off the glass. Garcia got tied up, stands back up. Butita powers his way up the wing. John Butita flips it ahead, in behind the net. All the way out higher in the zone. That was a lively bounce. Schnapp centers in front, and it rolled on Gus Ford. Otherwise, that would have been Ford open right in front of the goaltender. Here comes Sam Turner. Turner goes the other way from Monroe. Crossed over the line, they give it away. Ford has it again. Tried to find Butita. Butita eventually got to it, slapped to the head. Chopped out away from Ramanow, out to center, controlled by Kate Hanley. Stick went flying out of the hands of Nate Keeley. Picks it up now. Here's Roman Kramer. Kramer from the side of the circle, tried to find a play to Keeley, and then he got it back again. Still dancing and stick handling. Roman Kramer keeps the play alive here as he finds John Butita. Less than 6 minutes to play in the period. Blocked in front, and a long shot from Hanley doesn't get there. So Monroe will skate it the other way. Now Hanley goes way high in the air. It drops back down. Didn't hit anything, so we'll play on. 5:39 left in the third. Here's Ballant onside. Goes in front, and they couldn't get the play to go on the backside there as Schnapp threw his man down. And out to center he goes. Troy Harwell, maybe a one-on-one. Changes being made back behind the play, though. Schnapp still out there. LaBelle calls for it, still with Troy Harwell. Goes in front, off a deflection, caught by the glove of the goaltender, Tyler Masternock. PD has defeated the Columbus River Dragons. That's a 5-3 final, and so that update on the out-of-town scoreboard report as the Ice Cats put 3 points in the standings tonight, so now 5 ahead of the Thunderbirds. Back behind the line. Comeback would give some points to Twin City, but it's going to take a lot here, down by 3 with 5 minutes left. They'll look forward in the attacking area. Down in the corner. We'll be due for the next media timeout, by the way, and the final one of the night, unless we have a goal scored at the next stoppage. We're under 5. Moccasins onside. They'll drop it in front here. They move it around right in on goal, and a great arm save made by Chad Purdy. He didn't catch it with a glove, but he threw his arm out there, and a nice save to keep this a 3-goal game. All right, there is the media timeout I was speaking about. We'll take it and be right back. This is Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS 5 off. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples designed championship golf course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Offensive zone face-off following the media timeout. Thunderbirds win it. They get to it. And they'll skip it down the rink. Back behind the net as the Moccasins will look to move it from the defensive territory. And they'll step onside in front here. Look out. Kicked out by Purdy. Down by Kramer. Out towards the blue line. Chopped at. And here's Ford. Backpedaling. Ford snaps it along. Right up to Roman Kramer. Steps onside. Sends the pass to John Butita. Butita looked to move it across the zone there. They had it taken away from him. Down the rink, and icing called this time on Monroe. So 3:51 left to go. In period 3. Here's Gus Ford. Far side circle. Looks to win it. He does. Inside the line, Garcia. They'll look for it here in the near side corner. Back behind the net. Thunderbirds look to center, and on goal there. It was blocked, and out to center. Farmer steps up on it and blocked the charge from going the other way. Ford moves it to Farmer. Then up the wing, they look to play it. Butita trying to get around the defender. And just along the center ice red line, it's moved ahead. Farmer nearly gave it away. Had to turn, and it rolled on him, so he spun around. Out towards center, just over the red line it goes, and the Moccasins will find it from there again. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the Culver's third period. Thunderbirds are down by 3 goals. The score is 6-3. Schnapp shoots, save made. And so the goaltender, Tyler Masternock, makes a save on Jacob Schnapp. Schnapp in search of goal number 8 on the year. And they're going to disallow a late change that the Moccasins were trying to make. So that's the reason you hear the whistle blowing and the official pointing back to the bench, and he wants Tyler Matthews, number 44, to come back. As Jamie Dorsey goes back over the boards. Offensive zone face-off for Twin City with Keeley looking to win it. Good hold of the line from Hanley. Near side finds Keeley, and he tried to drop it ahead, but the pass was a little bit behind him, and he couldn't move it further in the zone. Now it's given up by Ramanel. Here comes Ballant shooting through a screen, and Hanley blocked the shot. He tried to shoot it right through Cade Hanley. Hanley struggling to get to the bench here. Here's Troy Harwell. And tried to pick the corner there, missed, and it came all the way out to center. There's been some attrition tonight in this game as the Thunderbirds have taken. And I think Hanley will be able to continue, although he's still struggling, but we're late here in this one. Thunderbirds start to think about tomorrow's game now, I think, at this point. You never know, but it's a 3-goal deficit with now 2 minutes to go. Ramanel gave it up. Chance in front. One-timer blocked by Pastuca. Thunderbirds have blocked some shots tonight. That's been good to see. Corey Cunningham, the former Moccasin, he's got it now. Dancing in front. He's run into, and down he went after a second hit was applied. He's okay. Pops back up. Out of the net comes Purdy. Long shot from LaBelle is swallowed up by Masternock, and they're going to leave Purdy in there, I think. This will be a power play 5-on-4 variety, not the 6-on-4 with a net empty. And so this is Jamie Dorsey, who has taken an interference minor. And this will put the Thunderbirds on the power play with 1:42 left to go. In regulation time tonight. From the face-off, one on the power play. John Butita with it, shooting one, blocked in front and covered. song made famous, at least recently here, by USA Hockey. That's been their victory song. And they've got a big game on the way. See what happens in that one. Lots of interested eyes will be on it there. LaBelle, one-timer, save made by Masternock. And cleared down the rink here on the penalty kill. Chad Purdy's still in there. They don't elect to go 6-on-4. So it's just a 5-on-4 and some practice here for the power play with 1 minute left to go in a 3-goal deficit. Pestuka up the wing. He finds Jan Salak towards the goal. Doesn't fire it though. High in the zone. Yuri Pestuka nearly gave it away. Jan Salak still with it though. Kramer back to him. Salak shoots and it goes wide of the net and cleared by the Moccasins. Well, we're down to the final seconds here as the Moccasins watch Purdy play it, gave it away, and then LaBelle saw it bounce away from him, but he regathered it. That was not great there, but somehow Twin City survived it. Unfortunately, they'll fall tonight, though, as the fans now making noise and counting down the seconds. Monroe clears out to center, perhaps one last time. Garcia steps up, they chop at him, he fires, it's into the glove of Masternock, and they continue. He throws it in the corner, and the game will end 6-3. Monroe wins it. So this one has ended. It's a 6-3 final. The Thunderbirds drop a game in regulation for the 20th time this season. And as they did last weekend, after dropping the first game, they look to bounce back and win the second. Unable to do it last weekend, but they did get that third win on Sunday, a win in the third game on Sunday. And that'll be the goal for the rest of the weekend, trying to win tomorrow's game and then use that to build some momentum going into once a really busy part of the schedule, a 3-game weekend next weekend, 3 games the following, 3 games after that, 3 games after that. And so this is the last 2-game weekend the Thunderbirds will play until we go to April. They've got 3 games in 3 days throughout March. And again, the final tonight was 6-3. So, all right, we will step aside for our break. It'll be about a 90-second typical media timeout and length break. We'll come back. We'll have the post-game show. If you're watching on the broadcast side of things, due to some technical issues we had, we're having to use Monroe's home feed. And so I don't control when that camera will be shut off. And so if it is shut off, we'll throw a graphic up for you during the post-game show on the video side of things. But we'll see if we can get those technical gremlins worked out for tomorrow. So we'll step aside and be back for the post-game show after this 3-goal loss. We'll be right back. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate around Winston-Salem and the Triad? Meet Jennifer Sapp, your trusted local realtor. With nearly 30 years of deep experience, Jennifer specializes in everything from historic homes and remodels to investment properties, college town housing, and short sales. She's known for honesty, integrity, and making the process as stress-free as possible. Ready to make your move? Call 336-782-3148 or visit jensapprealty.com today.
Did you know that not changing your engine oil can result in engine failure? Regular oil changes can extend the life of your engine and reduce the risk of engine failure. Schedule your next oil change on the Flow Garage app. The more you know with Flow.
Welcome back inside the Monroe Civic Center for the post-game show. This was a 3-goal loss tonight for the Thunderbirds on the road against the Moccasins as they announced the 3-star selection. Goal scorers in the game, Nate Keeley, Roman Kramer, and John Butita. Monroe started the game by scoring 3 times in the opening 14.5 minutes of the first period, a power play goal and 2 even strength goals. And so that made it 3-0 at that point. Nate Keeley scored a power play goal late in the first period at 17:47, assisted by Josh LaBelle and Roman Kramer. It was 3-1 at that point. And then we go to the second period where the Thunderbirds got 2, but the Moccasins got 3. And the first one scored by Michael Hagan-Moe at 2:24 of the second period. Roman Kramer got on the board at 6:27 to make it a 4-2 game. And so it's a 2-goal game at 4-2 right there at the 6:27 mark of the second period. Gus Ford and John Butita on the assists. And then a shorthanded scoring play for Monroe and Ben Stefanini. Then it was an even strength goal from Casey Gerstein as he had 2 tonight. And that one was the one that triggered the goaltending change as Boris Babick started the game. Chad Purdy came in to replace him. The final scoring play was a shorthanded goal by John Butita at 14:51 of the second period. There were no goals scored in the third period. And so that brings us to this final here tonight at 6-3. Shots on net in the first period, 14-14. Thunderbirds were outshot 16-15 in the second period. And they have the third period shots on goal total currently showing as 11-10, favoring the Thunderbirds. And so that brings us to a 60-minute total of 40-40. So we'll update that for you on the video side of things one last time. And again, 40-40 shots on net, but the Thunderbirds fall. Final score is 6-3. Boris Babick played into the second period, and then it was Chad Purdy who was perfect the rest of the way. And that's how this one ended here tonight. No goals in the third, and so a 6-3 final. One last glance at the out-of-town scoreboard report before we go off the air for tonight's game. So here's what it looks like across the league this evening. It's a 7-3 lead for Athens over Baton Rouge. Port Huron leading Topeka by a goal at 3-2 on the road. It was a 5-3 win for the Ice Cats against the River Dragons. 10-4, Binghamton defeated Watertown in a 5-2 win on the road for Danbury over Indiana. All right, well, that will do it for our broadcast tonight. We thank you for tuning in, as we always do. Really appreciate it. We'll see if we can find a different score for you on the broadcast side of things for tomorrow. And we'll see if the Thunderbirds can bounce back from tonight's opening game of the weekend. Again, Twin City dropping to 16-20-1, and Monroe improving to 28-6-4 in the victory. So it's a 6-3 final score tonight. We'll be right back here tomorrow, same time and same place you found tonight's game. WTOB Radio, the broadcast and the pregame show beginning at 7:45 Eastern. It's a 7:05 local Central Time start here at the Monroe Civic Center. We'll be live on YouTube and Facebook on the video side of things. But I'd like to say thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can bounce back from this opening loss of the weekend and find a win here on the road tomorrow in their final game against the Moccasins in the regular season. Just a 2-game series this year. It was 5 games last season. But just 2 games this year, and this is the only trip to the facility this year. So tomorrow's game will be the final battle between these 2 teams this year. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can bounce back and win it. Until tomorrow night, thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Kendall Grayson signing off from the broadcast area here at the Monroe Civic Center. We'll be right back here tomorrow. But the final score tonight, it's the Twin City Thunderbirds 3 and the Monroe Moccasins 6. Thanks for tuning in. 6-3, the final.